Oh. Hello, everybody. Hello, you shabby geekers. Brilliant. Good sign. Anyway, see ya. See you in that. Welcome to Tub Thumpers.
You could have played the never-ending story bit.
Welcome to Tub Thumpers. Months. It's been months, our side. Months. What can you say? Are you glad to be back? You glad to be back on Tubes and Parties?
I am glad to be back. Like I always said, it belongs to me, and if I want to scrub it, I'll scrub it.
Great start to the show. On tonight's show, Si, we're welcoming a former guest. Look who's on. That picture of me on his mantelpiece, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I can't put that dead minuscule.
Yeah, and we've got this other picture too of him before I get him on. He's right here, right? And so there he is in his outfit there, Si. Look at that Tub Thumpers outfit right there.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
That's style. Look again, look. Can't get more stylish than that.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Oh, let's welcome to the stage, even though he's not here. Damon.
Well, look at that.
Oh, no. So as you can see, look at this. Look at this. So if we make Damon big a minute, Si, look, there's the outfit, Si. He's got. So what did you call that outfit?
No, this isn't me, but it's from what I understand, it's called the Canadian tuxedo. And you got the double denim.
Canadian tuxedo. Absolutely brilliant. How are you, Damon? How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys? I wore this for the gag. I gotta take it out. It's too hot. I gotta take it off. But this was my dad's in the '60s, and it's still mine. So
I love a denim jacket when it is vintage. It's been around for
true.
years and years. I've had a denim jacket me since I was like 23. I still can't get rid of it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's mint. You do, don't you? Older they are, the better, aren't they?
What was he called in Coronation Street? Roy Battersley. He always had one, didn't he? Roy Battersley. Is that his name? Roy Battersley.
Les Battersby.
Les. He always had one. Les. Roy.
He always had one. I think every dad in the 80s had one, didn't he?
Yeah.
He always went to like Bruce Springsteen.
Well, welcome, Damon, to your second appearance on Tubes and Parties. Welcome, Damon. How did you enjoy Joe Fest last week?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so much fun. And thank you. Again, awesome meeting you, and thank you to everybody. You guys made me feel so welcome. It was, I get nervous and everything, and all the worst case scenarios just constantly play out in my head.
The worst case scenarios. No. Everyone's sound, aren't they? Because you had a nightmare, didn't you? Because your car wheel blew up and you had to start.
Yeah, and that didn't even occur to me in my worst case scenario that was going to happen. But I didn't put this in the Instagram when I told the story, but what I discovered late Saturday, I think it was, or maybe even early Sunday, driving, because every time I drove by, I kept passing it because they didn't pick it up till late.
Yeah.
And one time I'm looking and I'm like, there's a tow truck place half a mile down the road right here. They could have called that one and avoided that whole lying, jerk guy. And another half a mile further down the road, there's Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I mean, this is the same company as National. They could have just said, hey, tow truck from here, he's going to take you to National there or Enterprise there. They're going to give you a new car, taken care of in half an hour. Instead, days-long saga of where's the car? Where's the car?
Really? I'm getting there sometimes.
So he sees it. So the lovely Gap is here. Hi, Gap. He says, hello, Shabby Si and Damon. The lovely Gerard's here. Hi, Gerard. Shabby, I have a song made up of Tub Thumpers. Right, here we go. Everyone's sitting nice. Right there. So it goes, Tub Thumpers, loud and proud. Their drums echo through the crowd. With every thump and toy they bring, they make our hearts and spirits sing.
Don't give up your day job.
Beautiful. Shoes here. Evening, gentlemen. Hi to the chat. I have to say, it's bloody warm and I'm sweating like Martin in the quiz final.
I've got sweat eye. I've got a bit of sweat eye tonight.
Yeah,
you know, when you just sweat under the eye. That's what I've got. It's that hot.
I've got the portable fan on.
Windows wide open.
Look at this. Our good old pal Keith's here. All right, Keith. Nice to see you, pal.
I remember when he was part of the Shadows. I remember them days.
Everybody's turning up. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh, look who else is here. Our Des.
I keep seeing him at everybody else's house. I've seen him at Delvian's house. I've seen him at Stu's house and Matt's house. Gets about, doesn't he?
Do you know, I reckon his wife's had enough. She's like, listen, get out.
Just get out every weekend. Just get out.
You come on here. There's marks on the wall with you leaning everywhere. Get out. Just get out.
Leaning everywhere.
Leaning everywhere. Kieran's here. G-Force, the more chat Shabby has to read, the less time for questions or magic tricks. Well, yeah.
Wow.
What's the magic tonight, Si?
Oh, I haven't been sat around, you know. I've been joining. I've been in a circle. We've been to the top of, well, I can't tell you where, but the magic's gone powerful.
Magic's gone powerful, David. Powerful.
Powerful, David.
What stream was it you on? Si? You went.
It's that powerful tonight that the magic includes both of you.
Oh, Damon, you see, Damon. You're not going to make Damon disappear, you say something like that.
I'm just worried it's going to be like, you know, in Thor when you know, Russell Crowe, like, I don't want to get naked here, so.
Well,
you come to the wrong show. Hey, cat night, good old cat. You have to be more forceful, Des. Hit that like button, you muppets. Hit that like button, and we would appreciate that. Lovely cat's here. The lovely Purcell Potts is here. She is. Claire. Georgie's here. Hi, Georgie. Did you see that Georgie this morning's got herself a headset and stuff for game night on Sundays? She's prepared.
Oh, she coming to join in?
Prepared, yeah. Good old Tony's here. Hey, Tony Z. Good old Chase is here. Say, everybody's turned up. Wow.
Oh, he did me a nice favour, Jason. He went round his toy shop in Welling and there was a Joel 90 vintage figure there. And I've been after a Joel 90 because that was my favourite. Jerry Anderson was Joel 90. So I said to Jason, I said, oh, if you ever pop back in there, can you let me know? Anyway, he did do, and he's picked it up for me today. So what a good lad.
Brilliant. Look who else is here. Man who will fight for your honour is here. You can't get better, can you, than that? You cannot get better. So good old DTM's here. Good old Palps is here. All right. Palps saying hello to everybody. Palps. Mr. Connor Fuller is here. I'll take your brain to another dimension. Play close attention. Nice. Who was that? The Prodigy.
Prodigy.
Yeah. Nice one.
Out of space.
Good old Ricardo's here now. Damon, let me ask you a question. This is a Tub Thumpers tradition. You're in a barn. You just met Shamika, your wife, right? But this is before you've met her, okay? So this is before you've met her. So you walk up and you think, wow, she's really attractive. And you go to the bar and she says, hi, I'm this. And you go, yo, the name's Ricardo. Would you or would you not say it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because we've had so many people go no. And I'm like, why wouldn't you use it? They are. So no, week one side, we've got a Ricardo. We've got one.
That's like a
good old size here. How late of a start do you think the show will be? Well,
we're very punctual. We're very punctual.
We're professionals, Gap. We're professionals. You know what I mean? Don't want to leave, Si did very well coming in about 30 minutes.
I know Matt on ZSR likes to leave it 5 minutes like he's Diana Ross or something. But me, I'm quite professional. I like to start on the dot.
We'll get there. But I was saying to Damon and Si before we came on, what was the chat like? It was massive. So I'll get through it. Don't you worry. I'll catch up. The lovely Connor says, make sure you follow the lovely Damon on Instagram. He's delicious.
Yeah, Damon, some great photographs on there.
Great
to say.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm always
stories
amazed
from
by that sort of thing because Connor himself does it. A few of them do it, and I just can't get. I built the Megatron, the Blockies Megatron. I thought I'd take a few pictures. I'm an artist. I'll be mint at it. I am shocking. You know what I mean? I don't know how you lot do it.
I don't know either. It's just one of those things that you just start doing, and you just honestly the best advice I can give you is just fill the frame, you know, play with your angles, and just have fun. Like, you know, I was saying to, you know, Andy Delvey in one of his comments, you know, it's like it's so much easier now, honestly, to learn than it was back in the day because it doesn't cost you anything. You know, you don't take a roll of film and pay all this money to develop it and find out you took one good shot or no good shots. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, hang on a minute. Did you say you said that to Delvian?
In one of his comments on one of his posts, because
Zooby zooby zoo, zooby zooby zoo.
Seaside professional.
Coaxing Si out with the velvety voice.
Magician's assistant.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, he's a lovely lad, Delvey, isn't he, Damon? That's the nicest thing about us lot. We all got on dead great. And it's like you at Joe Fest, all the lads you met last week. They're all sound, weren't they? Every one of them.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like it wasn't like sometimes when you roll in and it's a bunch of people that already know each other and everything, and you're sitting at a table with them and everything, you just kind of like.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't that. It was, you know,
no awkwardness, is there?
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's getting used to it. Like when you've been talking to people, you talk to them for so long and you chat with them through the chats and you see them through the week and then you see them in other people's streams and videos and stuff. And so when you meet up, it really is meeting old friends, isn't it, really?
It is.
He's happy with his meme, Damon saying he's happy with his meme. What, Keith? What? I don't, you know. Bit over the top, that Keith. All right, Nick. All right, Nicky. All right, Nicky. Nicky's come. Retro Bungers here. Keith's next custom figure will be a shabby voodoo doll. Charming, Si. Charming. Mrs. T comes along with me, so somebody has to carry the bags. I tell you what, we at Tub Thumpers do not agree with Des T right there. Do you know what I mean? Oh, the lovely Miriam's one of my favourites. Evening, everyone. How are we all doing in this seat? Right, so me and Damon are probably used to, I mean, especially me down south, I'm well used to it, but is it hot over like proper?
Yeah, it's supposed to be break records this week, they're saying. It could be the hottest since 1954, they were saying. So we've not really had, I think we've had a handful of record-breaking summers, a handful. Yeah. So, you know, I think they're saying something like 36, 35, I think it's going to get to. That's hot for the UK, that really is.
That's really hot. But Damon, where you are, you don't get the humidity we get down here, do you?
Not usually, but we've gotten it the last couple of weeks. You know, we had a couple of days of break. But yeah, it's been awful. And I don't play well in the heat.
No, I'm not.
Give me the fall and the winter, and I'm a happy boy.
Well, now there's our Miriam. Look, she in Ireland. She's the image of the Wicked Witch of the West. She's absolutely melted. Brilliant. Yeah, look at that. We see the ice cream. You.
Well, I was glad for the Dublin is hot weather because, like, they're just 20 minutes across the sea to me. So whatever their weather is, 9 times out of 10 is the weather here.
Yeah.
That's almost as weird as me not liking custard creams. I can't work that out. I had never worked that out. The custard creams is a biscuit, Damon, and there's Luke Reynolds don't like them, and we're like, it's.
I really sort of get it. You're like, you know, when you go to your biscuit tin, they're always the last ones, aren't they? They're like, oh, just shit custard creams left. And it's like,
are they filled with like a custard then, or?
Yeah, that's a custard fondant in the middle, and But I do get what Luke's saying. They're not the first you go for, are they?
Not really, no. I firmly believe there are bars all over America where Shabby is known as Ricardo, and my wife will never find out.
Not unless you on that last stall on the left with a number.
If you see Shabby the bullets. Right, so I've got a controversy. Yeah, I can hear you laughing already. I've got a controversy for you, Damien. So Sunday nights we get the PlayStations out, me and a couple of the lads,
Okay.
and it's meant to be a nice, just easy going Sunday afternoon, playing the video games and so forth. Except for this guy right here, right? He's got this thing about I can't kills me every 2 minutes. And it's like he's always going for me constantly, and I'm like, so they call me a bullet sponge. Charming, eh? Charming.
Bullet sponge.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I didn't know if it doesn't even have a double meaning. It's just literally bullets.
Question for you here, Damon. Damon, since Connor thinks you're delicious, what is your flavour? How many times has Connor been delicious with you?
Well, the first, I'll have to go for strawberry. But how many times? That's between us now.
Irene, good old Ian's turned up. Good old Gary Moore's here. Gary Moore, open the tubby.
Gary Moore won the quiz, didn't he, last night? Did he win the quiz?
No, he came second. Ron won it.
Did he?
Although I've got to admit that Glasbury, I was like, it's not even the right
Glasbury.
And now Dan goes, well, they've spelt it wrong. You didn't even say it right. Glasbury. It's Glastonbury. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Bring back Zoe. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so I was robbed our Gary last night. You shouldn't shy being the magician. Love it.
Well, you see, Damien, I've always kept with the fact that you're an extremely classy guy, and you're a lot more classier than I am. So you're the magician for that picture, and I'm the humble assistant.
Or is it the fact that Delvian's now the magician because you've become the sorcerer supreme, Si?
Yeah, and I can't
I
show
should
it
have gone for that.
I have to come across as a bit humble, yeah.
George is saying, is anyone going to the Blackpool Toy Fair? I'm not. Damien's
Yes,
not.
I will. Me and DTM and Helen will definitely be there. I'll tell you what, George. It's a new one. This is the second time they've done it. And we went to a brick festival, a Lego brick festival in Blackpool, and we thought, oh, come on, we'll just go down to that new toy fair, see what it's like.
Yeah.
And we only had like 30 minutes, Mark, to walk around and stuff. Every one of us bought something. It was a brilliant toy fair, so I'm really looking forward to it. Going again in about 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's the 17th of July. But I tell you, that's some great stuff there. They really did. So I can't wait to see what they've got.
As Delvian's legal representative, I will be doing and now charming. I've seen Gary Moore in almost every Joe Fest video. Dude was making tracks. Well, famous, isn't he? He's famous.
Find it all up.
It's too hot to do my karate. Keith says he remembers the big heat wave of 1976 or something. We were one. 30 degrees Celsius here today, says Ian, which is about 20 degrees. Everyone's, you should be all having your bikinis on and you're having a barbecue and enjoying yourself. He said
I'm still in the north of England. Let's not push it.
Looks like that. Jonathan says, record breaking summers suck as long as you don't do anything fun due to the heat. So give me a summer day any day. So what have you all been doing then? Just sitting in your house, moaning?
I'm a winter person. I only like it like from September to like December. I can breathe in that weather and stuff. Everything in the summer like stinks, doesn't it? And everything's dead hot and everything. I've never been a summer person ever.
Miriam Gillis says, Jonathan, I don't eat Jacob's biscuits because like you and my dad and Jer's dad brought them home every Thursday. We were sick of them. So she had too many of them. That's what it was. And she was like, no, I don't like this. What have you had? Let me ask you both a question now that Miriam's brought this up. What have you had too much of? Well, I'll tell you later, guys.
What like food-wise? Like what do you mean?
I hope so, Si.
Because I overindulge in a lot of stuff. I've got to be fair, I do.
All right, but what Miriam's just said now to our Jono, what have you had that you just fed up of eating now? You've had too much of it.
For me, go ahead.
Go on, Damien.
I was just gonna say, for me, it's a, I doubt they have it over in the UK, but here they've got the Stouffer's frozen food. Have you seen it in the grocery store, Shabby?
No, the what?
Stouffer's, it's a brand.
The Stouffer's, right? No, what is it?
They used to have the mac and cheese. Well, they still do. It's mac and cheese. It's frozen mac and cheese, and it was like a staple in the house growing up. And I can't eat it now. I love mac and cheese, but not
What was your side?
Probably Bakewells. I've gone right off Bakewells. I've eaten many of them.
That's
it's like I'm proper fat. Like I'll get some cherry Bakewells in them. I'm not happy till that box of 6 is gone. I can't think.
Disgraceful. That's
True.
that's a
It's true,
disgrace.
man.
That's
So I think I'm going off them a bit, but I'll love almond slices. They're my favourite.
well. This is the last night. Si will be on top of them. How
Oh.
can you go on bagels? That's crazy.
Because you said how many things have you had that you've had too many of? And sometimes you're like, what about BOE? He must be gone off mince pies after eating 122 boxes of mince pies. You
120
couldn't look
boxes.
at a mince pie again, could you?
Was it 120 boxes or was it 120 mince pies?
I don't know, but still.
In what time frame?
They come in six. They come in a 6-pack mince pies, and BOE over Christmas at 120 of them.
Wow.
I know.
Was he trapped in a bunker where that's all they had?
I think he was just like
It must be.
you know.
Puppies of war, all they had.
What else is he? Last of the international playboys has arrived at Tub.
He's been doing his Action Man bit, hasn't he, in the lakes this weekend?
Oh, he's having a
Going
great
up mountains.
custard creams or an anemic bourbon biscuit.
See, bourbons, when you're talking bourbons, then
Yeah.
you're talking like the Delvian Seeker biscuits, aren't you? You're talking like talking.
Delvian Seeker biscuits. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Keith says he likes custard creams, but Cliff Richard, he's not a big fan of Cliff Richard. It doesn't make sense to me. Here we go. I saw Cole Ricardo for a good time in the restroom at the El Burrito last week.
Telling
You
you.
know that?
This is why. See, when they were asking you at Joe Fest, is this your phone number? And you played dumb. You're like, I don't know my phone number. I don't know.
My answer was maybe.
Right. You had to scroll through all those bathroom wall photographs. You know, like
Stupid. Ian says Kimberly biscuits. What are Kimberly biscuits?
What's a Kimberly biscuit? Yeah.
Yeah. What's a Kimberly biscuit? I've never heard of that. Why did my voice go so high? What's a Kimberly biscuit? I don't know. DTM says, yeah, Blackpool Toy Fair on the 19th. Blackpool
Yeah.
Toy Fair sounds good, that, Simon. Norwich Toy Fair is on the 13th. Controversy. Robbed is an understatement. What do you expect from a stew quiz? Well, I think he's got a point, really, to tell you the truth. But was it Stu or was it Des?
But would it be a stew quiz without any controversy?
Look at the way Damon's laughing.
That's one of my favorite parts of watching the quizzes. Is watching everyone just get all grumpy, or even if it's fake, even if it's just for laughs, you know, it's just so entertaining. I'm just popcorn.
Just having a go at Stu. Yeah, really. We were planning on attending the Blackpool Toy Fair, but Zoe has planned her engagement party that night. Well, I think that's very ungrateful of Zoe to do.
Well,
she can get married every
party
time.
or Blackpool.
Blackpool Toy Fair's on the 19th. Do you know what I mean? She knows that.
How selfish could some people be? It's unbelievable.
True love is so selfish, Si. It really is. You know what I mean?
Priority is way out of whack.
Ian lives in Yorkshire. Don't do hot up here. There are a few lads in Yorkshire. They're here. A few lads. You're in good company here, Ian. A few lads here. Adam says, I've been pretty much sitting the last 2 days. Too hot to do it. See, another one moaning, Damon, about the weather. Can't run when it's like this. Anything above 20, right, pisses me off. So you're feeling, aren't you? Right. Well, let's have a look. What Si said, winter is the best season. It's Christmas, Halloween, and no gardening.
I agree with that. I can't stand gardening. I hate it more than anything in the world.
Yep.
I'm on to Staten Island. I just walked for 30 degrees back. How hard is it?
Make it chilly.
In your case, Shabby, as Paul's mentioned, you've had too many bullies.
Yeah, you're not very good on that game, are you?
Right, I don't have a bloody because he's a sneaky sod. I'm loading my gun and he gets me. I'm bending down and he shoots bullets, but you know what I mean. He always gets me. He always gets me, Damon, in an uncompromised position. That's what I'll say. He always does it that way. So
El Burrito.
Apart from the heat, I'm good. Working on some Jenga furniture for my cantina. Nice, mate. Nice. I know. Here we go. Not liking cherry bakewells. That's even worse than leaving toys in boxes.
It's like I said, you know, you can go from loving something to having too many of them to being a bit, I want something a bit different, can't you?
Yeah. Or circus peanuts Almost a cross between marshmallow and foam. What's a circus peanut, Damon?
Those are those orange. They're like orange squishy candies. They're molded in the shape of a peanut. I've never tried one. They never appealed to me. So
Are they an American thing?
must be, yeah.
Right. Have you ever had a wagon wheel? What Tony says.
Wagon wheel, is that? It sounds familiar.
Chocolate, a little bit of like a soft biscuit, jam, marshmallow. I tell you what it's like over here. It's like an oatmeal thing, but with jam in it.
Yeah, I've had close to that. There's something Nabisco makes something called a pinwheel. It's all of that. It's chocolate coated. It's about this big, this big around and about this tall. Yeah. And it's a little soft cookie, all covered in chocolate with marshmallow. No jam though. That's the only difference. I would happily add jam.
So you're gonna have to send Damon some wagon wheels. Tony's easy, right, man? Wagon wheels are awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Si, we have a very happy 4-year-old here. Our Penelope has just realised your artwork is of her and her brother as Ewoks. She's very nice.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
Lovely kids, them too, aren't they?
Awesome.
Georgie's partial to a mint Viscount. Posh in her house. Viscount biscuits. We got the knockoffs. What was it called? Viscount.
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 Are those like chocolate thin mints, like the
only for the posh kids? So you can tell by Georgie, they come in.
No, Viscount. It's like it's just like a biscuit with chocolate on. It's mint. The thin ones are after 8, the wafers. I always choke when I eat after 8 because it always sticks at the top of my mouth. I'm like, oh, it's too sickly.
Nothing to do with me, Gary. I'm just the eye candy. Brilliant.
He's looking that way lately. He's got some dazzling shirts on. He's got dazzlers.
Bobby Dazzler. Roosevelts.
I know.
Yeah, he's been splashing out.
Yep. I've got one Roosevelt. It's the Goonies, the chunk. They made like a chunk replica shirt.
Of the Truffle shirt, wasn't it? Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, they do some good shirts.
You can generally get Kimberleys in Island side or in places which have good international section. So they're Irish.
Kimberleys. Oh, well, I'm in Dublin, so I'll have a look.
Mint Viscounts are proper tasty, but they always leave me wanting after 8s for some reason. Too posh.
Yeah.
Too posh, brilliant.
What do you think that mint chocolate? I mean, mint is always better with dark chocolate than it is milk chocolate because it has to be dark chocolate with mint, if anything, doesn't it? Really?
I agree. I like dark chocolate better anyway, but I agree.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, let's have a look at this. Old controversy, Damon and Si. I entered the green room last night, and Stu said he hadn't seen me around. I dead-faced answered, "Well, it's because I don't like you." He wasn't sure if I was serious or not. Were you serious? You not like him? You not like him?
Why'd you hate Stu, G-Force?
Yeah, why'd you hate him? What did Stu ever do?
Why'd you hate him? What's he ever done to you?
That's one of my favorite running gags is why do you hate and then insert the blank that you guys throw around all the time. I love it. Yeah. Every time.
He just hates everybody, that's why.
I can't work out all this controversy. Why'd you hate? You know what I mean? So let's have a look. No one ever won that quiz either, Des, so nothing's really changed. Yeah, that's a good point. I think the US version is a ding dong.
Oh, okay. Hostess Ding Dong. Yep, that doesn't have jam either, but it's got the white filling. Yeah, I'll eat Ding Dongs all day.
Our Randy says Jaffa cakes.
But do you know what? There again, like I can't open a pack of Jaffa cakes without eating the lot. I can't do it.
That's how it is here with Oreos. Is you got.
I'm like that with Pringles.
The whole Oreos as well. But you know what I love about Oreos? I dip them in my coffee, right? And then when I pull them out, they turn into like cake.
Yeah.
Just that voice like cake. I am proper fat. I need to start my diet very soon. I really do.
These lads just talking about Jaffa cakes, David. They're all like Jaffa cakes.
Did you guys
never get out this lot side? They never get out. They just.
Did you guys get those Post Malone Oreos? Those were fantastic.
Post Malone Oreos? No, what was that?
Because they always do those funky flavors, and sometimes they're good and sometimes they're crap. Those Post Malone ones are really good.
As a legal representative for Jaffa Cakes, I confirm that they are cakes.
They are cakes, aren't they? Yeah, well, it's in the title, Jaffa Cake.
Yeah, but you
don't say Jaffa biscuit.
Yeah, well, right. You've had your dinner and you've got, say, for example, Damon's come round, right? So we're having our dinner. Oh, Damon, eat your spaghetti. Oh, it's very nice, Shabby, and all that sort of stuff. After dinner, you're going to give him a cake. But if I gave him a Jaffa cake, he'd be like, hang on a minute, it's a bit... But
why would you give anybody a Jaffa cake after the dinner? You'd give them at least something with ice cream. At least or custard.
That's what I'm saying, Orsai. So it's not a cake, is it? But if Damon was building a wall in my house or whatever, you know, we're around at Dez's building, and Des says, "Oh, I'll put the tea on." Then he's going to give us a Jaffa cake. So Jaffa cake, even though it's not a biscuit, is classed as a biscuit, right?
No, it's a cake. It's just cleverly disguised.
little mustache and glasses.
I'm a biscuit.
It's a cake, but cleverly disguised. Walks in like that.
Oh, Tunnocks and shortbread. My house is full of that stuff.
Oh,
Living with a fella Scotsman.
Oh, tonics, yep. Oh, and
I'll tell you what, he's right there. You know, them Tunnocks caramels they are the stoner's choice.
People saw Selena Gomez Oreos yesterday.
Those are pretty good. Those have a cinnamon flavor to them. They're pretty good.
So they've got these stars to actually invent them.
I don't know. They probably just have a flavor, and they're like, "Hey, how about we put your name on this?" And
I've seen them. They did the Disney sequel Star Wars ones here. They tasted like shit.
Oh yeah, those were bad. Those were bad ones. But yeah, and that's the thing. Is like so you buy them and you try to find them in like a small pack or something, but you usually can't. You got to pay the whole $5 to get the big thing and be like,
I'd have a go.
So I shouldn't have really said about them not talking about biscuits, because Jonathan said, "Get out the bleeding cheek, Shabby. Seeing you, Tess and Matt stream 300 episodes talking about great."
It's got a point.
Anyway, so we've got Damon back. We've got him back, and we've had a lovely chat to Damon. But let's get to see our Damon a bit more. What should we do? Oh, let's do 20 questions. Right, to get to know our good pal Damon a bit more, me and Simon have 20 questions for you, Damon. Okay, and it's up to you to get to know you a bit more. Let's see. So, Si, would you like to go first?
Yes, Damon. Napkin or hanky?
Oh, that's a good one. That side, that's a good one. That.
And I don't get any like context, right?
Well, for me, my context would be: what's the difference between a hanky and a napkin?
Well, one you'd wipe your hands with, one you'd wipe your nose with.
Yeah,
but you're still doing everything, even the tea towels you do.
Well, and hankies are cloth.
Tea towels.
Napkins can be paper, whereas a hanky's always cloth.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I'm a disposable guy. I'm not carrying around past excess fluids in my pockets. So since napkins can be paper, I'll say napkins, and I'll throw it in the trash.
So the answer to some of these napkins. Do you concur, Si? Do you concur?
Napkin. Yeah, napkin.
Yeah.
That's it. We're done. That's it.
Yeah.
We solved the world's problems. Middle East, what? Napkins.
You don't blow your nose with a napkin. Exactly. Apparently, it's tea towels.
You can blow your nose as long as you eat with anything, as long as it doesn't blow through it. You're fine.
Damon. I'd like the correct answer for this one, Damon. In or out?
Oh,
I'm not even gonna ask. I'm gonna just say in.
You're wrong. The answer is out.
Is it not? I've got an innie, so.
Well, so the answer was right. Answer is in.
well,
Simon?
actually, my third question always just tied into a conversation we've just had, which was Damon, cake or biscuit? But not the American biscuits, our biscuits, as in like the little biscuits.
You mean cookies, Si?
Yeah, cookies.
Cookies.
All right, just because we're talking about indulgence here, I'll go with cake, because even though you can have cookies more often, I really do enjoy cake as well.
Yeah. I do, because like you can eat cookies a lot, but you can stuff your fat face with cake, can't you? And that's what I like.
Yeah, especially I mean, there's so many varieties of cake. That's what's so wonderful, So yeah.
Okay, there is a correct answer for this one.
Oh, geez.
Everton or red Popeye shite?
Everton.
Oh, correct. Correct. David's just gone from there to there. Do you know what I mean? Don't shoot him. Just ask him questions. I just ask him questions.
Just had a clap of thunder to agree with me with it. Look at that. It's divine.
Brilliant.
Damon, Linda Carter or Victoria Principal?
Linda Carter. I was expecting this. Is the only one I was expecting it, and I am Linda Carter all the way.
But was it? Is that an easy one to answer straight away, David? Because look at Victoria.
I understand, but for me, it's an easy one.
Shabby, they are both the same. Objection. He's leading the guest. You know, Damon, USS Flag or the Defiant?
Ooh, space versus the sea. Well, considering I can't have either, Flag.
Oh,
I'll go
sure, David?
Just because it's a little more, I like. Oh no, I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna go Defiant. Just because.
Are you sure? David?
Yeah, because the Defiant, you get in space, it gets more funky, it just gets more crazy. That's more GI Joe. In my mind, GI Joe is more silly and fun, and not as grounded in the. He fired 16 shots. He should have to put in the clip. But blue and red laser. Shut up.
So your answer is a Defiant now.
Sure.
Are you sure, David? Because you've changed it 3 times already. So.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
The van.
Yeah, it's
no.
a flag.
Okay.
Phil Jenkins says Linda Carter, she bounces in all the right ways when she's running. He's got a point. Right, Si, what's your next one?
Damien, do you prefer to slide or to swing?
Swing.
Well, yeah, these are girls. You didn't mess about with that one time.
Quick reason is growing up, slides. Speaking of summer, slides are just little oven sheets that just fry your butt. So swings can be more pleasant. You get that sheet metal and just
Yeah, the arse burn.
Before I answer your next question, there's somebody here.
You know how we do it. West side, coming from the west side. Nothing but the west side.
The lovely BTR is coming from the west side. There he
Big
is.
up, Ready,
Oh,
massive.
good to see you, our friend. Right, Damon, cinema or home entertainment?
Oh, well, we don't go nearly as often, but it's got to be the cinema. It's got to be. I mean, that's just a better experience overall.
What about you, Si? Cinema or
Home entertainment now. It used to be the cinema. Love the cinema. Me and our kid, when we were kids, used to go every Saturday without fail, all the way up to. But I just think nowadays, with the price of the cinema, having 4K at home, Dolby Surround, 50-inch TVs, why would you spend your money and go to the cinema and have people that know you 3 rows down? And you just find yourself lobbing M&Ms at them all night. Shut up.
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. Yeah, I know. And I am one of those people too. Like, I can't stand, it's like, really? Nachos?
Yeah. When that guy walks in with like hot dog or something, he just stinks the whole place out, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. It's like you may as well bring tuna fish on an airplane.
What's up, homies?
West side.
West side. What's up, homies? Brilliant. 15 quid popcorn. Mr. B's like, no chance.
Yeah, that's it.
Getting $1 popcorn, stick it in the microwave, same thing. Do you know what I mean? Not messing about.
Oh, like everybody else, straight to the pound shop, straight to the dollar store, fill up on sweets, put them all in your bag, and just go in with them, don't you?
I'm an introvert, says G4 sign Damon. So he says it has to be big for me to go to the theatre. Right?
I understand. I do. Especially if it's crowded. Yeah.
Right. Si, what's your next question?
The next question was, again, ties into what we said. Do you prefer washing or drying?
Brilliant.
Yeah, drying's easier, so I'll just say drying.
Drying?
Washing, you're responsible for getting all the muck off. But
do you do it in your house? I do it. We've got a dishwasher, but I still do all the washing up. I enjoy it. I like doing the washing up.
Yeah, we have a dishwasher. The hand washing is for obviously stuff that can't go in the dishwasher. Yeah. And we both do it. There's if I catch her washing and I'm not doing anything, I'll jump in and dry. But obviously if the sink's got junk in it and we got to use it, whoever's there does it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right, good question. Knitting or sewing?
I don't do either, but I'm going to say sewing because of my wife.
Very nice. Very nice.
Damon, F1 or F off?
Oh, brilliant.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, and it's racing. I haven't really watched much racing, so I'll say F off.
I agree. Brad Pitt is a Formula One driver. At 61, is he? Oh.
Damon, Autobot or Decepticon?
Oh.
Notice how the real life stuff we're like, yeah, cartoon.
Cartoons, whoa, serious.
Right?
Keep F off all the time.
Okay. Obviously you want to be a good guy, so you go Autobot, but everyone knows the Decepticons are so much cooler. So I think I have more Megatrons than Primes, so I'm going to go Decepticon.
Oh, yes. That's the right answer. Very good.
Ian says Autobot. Sorry, Soundwave. Shabby only does the washing up because he wants the fairy liquid bottle to make it.
Or a flashlight.
I'm going to try to grab something and hope nothing falls.
Decepticon, says Jonathan. Might as well have stock in them gap. Stopping them gap. What's that? Oh, here we go. G-Force. Depends on for older. Depends. I know what it means. Oh, brilliant. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, now we're talking. Don't show Si that, he'll go mad. Love, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is one of those like third-party jobbies, you know.
Yeah.
So it does transform into the robot. I keep it in this form though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know,
That's the only Megatron.
It's even got a little red laser beam. So
Look at that.
Greatest of them all.
What's your next question, Si?
My next question, Damien, is when you go home, do you turn on the big light or the little light?
Little light. I can walk around. I can see better in the dark than I can see in the light. So
a little light then. Is it a little light? Not the big light.
My wife makes fun of me, like in the dark, and I'll see everything, but then the lights turn on, and I'm like.
Damon's the man with the golden gun. Look at that.
Yeah, nice.
OG Megatron was perhaps the worst robot made in existence.
But nobody kept him in the robot.
That's the Megatron I need. I don't ever think I've heard anyone say that. No, it's bloody awful. I love that thing, you know. Damon, Prince or Michael Jackson?
Oh.
Whoa. Oh man. See, Michael Jackson goes way back. But Prince, for me, had more staying power. I'll go Prince.
Prince. Not at all.
Or should I say?
No. Fine enough answer.
No,
Jacko had so many iconic videos.
Yeah. It's simple.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, I still remember when my dad brought home. I don't even know how he had the idea to do this, but he brought home from the drugstore, which rented videos, the Thriller video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great video that. Damon, Muttley or Scrappy Doo?
Oh, question.
Gotta go Muttley. I love Scrappy Doo. I got Muttley right up there. he's actually hanging out outside the Batman 66 villain's lair. He's right next to the Catwoman's cat food little.
Where he belongs.
Oh, brilliant. So all the lads are saying, let's have a look what some of them are saying here. So Prince didn't sleep with kids. Fair enough, man. That's not easy.
Okay.
Prince was a bad mofo on the guitar, says G-Force. Mudhorn says Muttley Si, so he'd go for Muttley. And
Yeah, it has to be, doesn't it?
G-Force. I got paid to watch Jacko at Wembley Stadium years ago. He said, Jacko, won it? Go for Jacko Si. Scrappy Doo was awarded the most punchable face in cartoon history. I can see that. I can definitely see that. He played a lot of instruments. Yep. Muttley, Scrappy-Doo is an abomination that needs to be destroyed by fire.
Oh, God, that bad, Jono.
Muttley F. Scrappy-Doo.
Oh, whoa, no Scrappy Doo, love.
Does cry, yes.
Damon, singing or dancing?
Oh. Seeing as I can half-ass the one and not the other, I'm going to say dancing.
My kind of guy. My kind of guy.
I only sing in the shower or the car by myself. That sounded amazing.
Damon, question number 9 from me. Is Mr. Bean or Sean Bean?
Mr. Bean, he just cracks me up. I know Sean Bean, but he's only dying, so Mr. Bean.
The only talent I have besides sarcasm. Scrappy-Doo did more damage to that show than Yoko did to the Beatles. Singing, because I sing badly better than I dance badly. France. My last question is, let's have a look. I actually put cake or ice cream, so I'm going to change that because we've talked about cake. I'm going to say tea or coffee.
I'm going to say coffee. But either one I mix because I'm more of a hot chocolate guy.
Right.
It's a texture thing. Like the first time I tried hot tea, it smelled so amazing,
Yeah.
And then I went to drink it, and it was just hot water, and my mouth didn't know what the fuck to do. So it just basically spat it out. So but coffee can be too strong. So my morning concoction is so you got some coffee. It's all instant, by the way, because I'm cheap. Coffee, some ground chicory, instant chicory, some abuelita, which is Mexican hot chocolate, and then some ice. So all that combined.
Yeah.
Then if it's a sassy day, then it's some Irish whiskey thrown in as well.
I'm exotic like that, I'm exotic. Mine's a gold blend from Co-op. I'm the same sort of exotic coffee.
There you go.
Just like foil on the label. Do you know what I mean? Brilliant.
Exotic.
Tony Z says espresso. Mr. B says coffee. I was asked to sing Ave Maria at someone's wedding. Got a bottle of wine out of it. Well, that's not bad. Coffee can never be too strong, says Delvian. Hot tea. Is there another way to drink it? No, there is not. And I'm here to tell everybody there is not another way to drink tea. I mean, cold tea. What the France? Coffee and Hershey syrup is pretty good sometimes, says Mr. B. Jonathan says, hate hot drinks, but coffee, I have to be polite somewhere when it's offered. Can't drink tea at all.
No.
TTM says coffee, lots of coffee. And it says, I like my coffee like I like my Death Stars. Large, dark, and with a strength to destroy the entire planet. Be careful. Don't diss the tea in front of the Look at VTR warning, David. Right.
I mean, but don't we have that history anyway, really? I mean, if you think about it.
Oh, really? Colombian. Well, there you have it. Have you got one more question? Are we done?
I have. My last question, Damon, is break dance or river dance?
Break dance. Yeah, sorry, there's no question. That's not a question. I appreciate the culture, but yeah, breakdance.
You just reminded me of something that happened over the weekend, right? So as you know, we'd done Joe Fest, and then Super Awesome was still in North Carolina. So me and G-Force and Super Awesome went out, right? Went to a couple of fish shop. This is a true story, right? Going through the VHS section and the CD section in an old thrift shop, they had Riverdance there, so I picked it up and I showed Super Awesome, and I went, Connor was in that, and he went, this is no lie. He went, really? Steve was like, I was laughing, man. I've never thought of just the way John went, really, was he? Oh, you what?
Do the old dance.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Jamaican, if I'm feeling rich, Jamaican coffee. Look at G-Force, look at that. I've never drank coffee in my life and never will. Well, how do you know if you've never drank it? You might like it. You might go, oh, this is lovely, this, I think.
I've missed this all my life.
Damon, Electric Boogaloo says, Gats.
Right.
I tried Riverdance and I almost effing drowned. You see what he did there? You see what he did? Entertainment for free, that Damon, for free. I mean, obviously, hasn't seen Connor doing the Riverdance. That Aussie chick ruined breakdancing forever. She's the sequels of breakdancing. What Aussie chick? What Aussie chick's that? There with the brownish short brown hair.
That was
Pink
definitely
Shelley.
Olympic. Yeah.
Oh, he means the Olympics, Damon.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you mean. Yeah.
I feel bad for her. I mean, she did her thing and leave her alone.
I thought she was ace. I loved her. G-Force, one of my brother-in-laws sends Jamaican coffee every Christmas. He lives there. Wow, that's not bad. I kind of think it's Lord of the Dance. Brilliant. Well, there you are. So do you feel, Simon, that we've got to know Damon a little bit better?
Oh, yeah. I think we've got to know private details there.
Let's just see those. Let's just see how intelligent Damon is. Let's see if he can answer this. It's the most important time of the day when we go through size.
Well, I need to know the story about how that was taken. But anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, Simon, what is this week's question of the week?
This week's question of the week for me, right? I've been thinking about animals a lot. And I was watching the film Up. Yeah, you seen Up, the film? Yep. And there's a bit in it, right, where there's a dog in it, and it's like a Doberman. And it's got a really silly voice like this. So I was thinking to myself, right, if your pet could have an accent or a voice, what voice would you imagine your pet to have? Like if it was like a German like Alsatian, the German Shepherd, would you expect that to have a German accent, or would you give it something like a silly voice? Like if my cat could talk, I'd give it the voice of Barry White. Because I just think the cat with King Simon going out the house and stuff, I think it'd be pretty cool. Do you know what I mean? Well, that's my answer this week. I've just been intrigued to see what accent. Like if you had a French poodle, would it be a little French dog and like give you shit all day because it was French, or like what would you have?
The question of the week, Simon, is if you had a dog and it could speak. You're a dickhead. If you had a dog and it could speak, right? What do you have to have an accent or how it sounds?
No, how would it talk, you dog? Like, because that dog's really funny when it breaks its monitor and it's like, hello, and it does this really silly voice, doesn't it? So I was thinking, if my cat could talk, how would I like him to talk? Then I thought, but it don't have to be Barry White. It'd have to be.
Well, yeah, because cats have that, either they're like spastic or they've got that smooth cool, right?
Yeah. My cat's got a bit old now in his years, and he's getting a little bit more like laid back and stuff. So I think that voice would suit him.
Yeah, that makes sense. See, our dog, he's in the house. He's a cuddle monster. His love language is touch. He wants to be, on you and touching you, near you. Outside, he's a psychopath. He hates other dogs. He hates children. He just wants to kill everything. So I don't know. It's almost like it's kind of like I got it. It's perfect. Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. Amongst friends, he's totally fine.
Where the fuck you going?
Exactly.
Imagine doing something out of the house. It'd be brilliant. Oh yeah.
Yep. In the house, he's totally fine. He's chill. Outside the house, he's whacking people.
Like you, Mark.
I don't know, because you've seen the sweat coming. I have a phobia of animals. I have proper.
Man, it'd be mute. Oh,
my glasses are up as soon as you said it. I'm panicking like that. So I'll just say, no.
Come on, shit.
So I don't know, John Wayne. I'd like my dog to sound like John Wayne. That'd be awesome.
Right?
I can't talk. If my dog could talk, I'll just say that.
Fill my bowl and give me my milk.
I'm never going. I'm panicking. Sean Connery or James Earl Jones. What do you think of that? My dogs would sound like Doug from Up if they could talk. They would say exactly the same things. Look at that. Funnily enough, I create voices for all my pets. Do you?
You need to get out a bit more.
Chief, you can come around whenever you want. You don't have to stay in.
He's got to check with the pet. Hold on.
Shelby says, my cat would have a disinterested French accent.
Shelby would be like, right, I'm going to the toy fair. The cat would be like, fuck off, you English pig. It'd be like, what is that?
A DTM says, our cat Bud would have Ralph Wiggum's voice.
Oh, no.
What about cats that's sexist? What about cats that's sexist?
No, I said animals. It doesn't have to be essentially dogs.
Oh, that's sexist. What about cats? I was saying, hang on a minute, Cap. You talking about the sexiest cat? You all right, Cap? Chaos and Persis was Cyprus cats rescued. They ignored me in both English and Greek. Well, there you go. Yeah. PGM, PGM. Please bear in mind, Damon, it's not allowed to speak in front of Shabby.
That was funny, that. I forgot all about that.
Save yourself a headache. Animals talking deep breath, Shabby. I know. Honestly, it was like I was in a. I have a thing about animals talking, Damon. I have a real phobia about it.
Okay. So I missed that. I thought for a second, I was like, "Shabby's afraid of Joe Pesci."
We have a cat called Mr. Barlow and one called Mr. Straker. I do think they would sound like a 1970s miniseries characters. What do you think to that? There's loads of good answers here. Either the heat or he's been getting into the dog biscuits again, Kieran. DTM, I was thinking Wilfred Brimley.
Diabetes.
That's him from Cocoon, isn't it? And,
Yeah. Caravan of Courage.
if I had a dog, he would sound like Jason Donovan. G'day.
G'day,
I have no idea what you're talking about now. We're talking about if dogs can talk, ignorance is strength. Let's have a look. One of my only animals in the world that hates me. Oh. My dogs would sound like Statler and Waldorf, said Palms. Yeah, that makes sense. Paul Shabby in his hand. I know. Yeah. Cheers, Si. Someone get Shabby talking. It's in the mute button again. What would yours be, Si? What would yours be?
Man, a big Barry White. My cat would talk like Barry White.
Oh. When you open the door, they make that noise face.
What for
Si.
Yeah, that's what I can't sound like.
Have you got any Viscounts?
What about your dog? What would your dog sound like?
John Wayne.
John Wayne, and what's the other dog?
Let me think. I'm trying to think. I've never actually thought about these questions. Winona Ryder.
Oh. like young Beetlejuice Winona Ryder or Stranger Things Winona Ryder?
Tez Rowland said, did someone say Jason Donovan? I can picture Leonard Nimoy's voice from a Chihuahua. That's a good point. Yeah, I'd do something different. So if I had a massive Saint Bernard, it'd sound like Super Awesome. You wouldn't expect that voice.
Yeah, do it the vice versa way round.
Do it the vice versa way. Kieran says, my cat sounds like the British Prime Minister. Well, she talks out of her ass anyway. But I like that. I like music and so. But it's like Damon. I like the name Damon. It always reminds me of that song, that Harry Belafonte sang. Damon. Remember time, David, come on.
No.
You do.
Work all night, gonna drink
You want that?
rum.
David comes and you want to go home.
Stack banana till the morning come.
David.
She's dying over there.
That's the best he's come up with in 2 months of us being off air. There you go.
Absolute professional side. Talking about professionals and so forth, we've got to know Damon a lot, but we still haven't got to his stuff. We're getting there. So, we've all decided
I'll give you a teaser. I got this at a toy show the other week.
Oh, nice. Look at that side.
Oh yeah, Batman, 89. 66.
Yeah, sorry, it's in the plastic, so.
No,
That's cool, yeah.
But we've got to know Damon a bit better. But let's see. So Simon, you've traced the internet site for pictures and so forth.
Yeah, like we always do. Go on Facebook, go on Instagram post, have a look at the past, see what we've all been doing. We've all known each other since we were children, so it's just good to catch up in it, go through the album and stuff.
I agree. So to share with our good pals in the chat is Damon's gallery.
Who's to know more? One of the members of Star Trek.
I'm telling you. I'm all over
Back in the day.
The Defiant. See, look at that. Last Starfighter, Star Trek, Lone Star. I mean, I gave you the raspberry,
How Si finds those pictures? Harrison Ford was good in the dog as the dog in Life of Pets 2. Harrison Ford was in that. Damon, also known as Damon from the Omen. Very nice, Matt, very nice.
I hear so you don't sign the sixes.
This is here. I bet Damon wants to go home. That's not even for you. What do you mean? That was a great the Damon, the song Damon. You'll all be singing it. You'll all be singing it. Do you know what I mean? The Batman was sick. The old gas and models. Star Trek, The Lost Generation. Oh, hang on a minute. We've got some breaking news here. So before we get into what Damon's going to show us, here's some tiki tidbits.
In the tiki room, in the tiki room, all the birds sing word and the flowers croon. In the tiki room, welcome to our tropical hideaway. You lucky people, you. If we were
Aloha! Hey, did you know there are 4 main gods in Hawaiian mythology? The god Ku, Kane, Kaniola, and Lono. Now you know!
Very interesting.
And these got my grandson.
See, you don't just come to Tub Thumpers to see Damon's tubs. You look at all this information. We know that there's 4 mythological tiki gods. 4. I was thinking 2, but I didn't know there was 4. Do you know what I mean? Good old Scuba. So Scuba will be back next week for his tiki tidbits. Absolutely brilliant. Scuba! Yeah, good old Scuba's here. But we're here, Simon.
Eventually.
We're here, Si, after an hour and 5 minutes. You see what Damon's got in his tub. So we've seen what was in your tubs before, Damon, but now what's in your tubs this time?
Well, let me take a shot so I can get my energy up here. Hold on.
Nicely, quick Schwartz.
I got this on Instagram. It's just he prints the sticker and he clamps this thing. And look at that, it's fantastic. Or Instagram. That's it. So in order to do the tubs, I gotta switch to the phone because I can't hold my iPad over the portfolios the whole time.
It's all right.
So I'm just doing a linky link while we're waiting for this thing. Are Stu and Georgie still in the chat? Because I owe them
50 quid.
roundabout. But, I made a promise to them before I disappeared, before my social media sabbatical. And I never made good on it. And since then, Stu has shaven, so the gift of the beard product serves no purpose anymore, so that's gone. But I was curious if he had this Harley Quinn yet. The old Kenner Batman animated series one.
Yeah, lovely.
It's not in the greatest of shape, but he could open it or keep it as is. So before I ship it over, I wanted to know that. And then this one would be for Georgie. The case is beat to hell. It was a thrift find, but inside is wonderful still.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a 1981 Miss Piggy calendar.
Oh, she'll love that.
So if they can let me know if they already have those things. If they do, I'll find something else. If they don't, perfect.
If not, send it to me and I'll give it to him in about 6 years.
There you go.
And it also tells me that they're both not in the chat any longer, so they can both get stuffed.
Okay, hold on. This isn't. Let me.
He might have 105 in a cardboard box somewhere. Georgie will love that. Yes, she will, G-Force. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, she has a great Muppet collection, don't she, Georgie?
Yeah, and that's that's what's neat too. Is like, even though you don't know people in real life, we know enough about what each other likes and things like that from what we've got.
Yeah.
Oh, it's telling me that decent lighting helps you look amazing. Okay.
You know, you're just as prepared as Shabby Geek is when he's showing a segment.
Well, I didn't want
Takes
to
about 40-second running.
I didn't know how much that would work. How horribly that would work.
Right, so you need to mute your main one.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a bit of an echo there. Bit of an echo.
Kick the other one out. The old one.
This one is out.
Is it still echoing?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, hang on. Say it again.
Is it still echoing?
A little
Not
bit.
bad.
It's not bad. It's not. Oh, it is.
All right.
My life sounds like that all the time.
Right, we'll wait till Dave gets back. We'll just go back to the comments while Damon sorts that out. Bless him. Listen, I wouldn't call having one Stu a great Muppet. I wouldn't call having one Stu. It's the digital age. This is real life. Yeah, I agree. I love the Tom and Jerry shirt, by the way. Who's got a Tom and Jerry shirt on? Oh, it must have been
Damon.
Damon. Let's have a look. Hi, Gary. 3 hours later. It is back. Hello, Damon.
Uh-oh.
No, it's working. Damon, it's working. Let's have a look. Echo bass. Do you have the YouTube vote? Oh, that's good. Yeah. Damon, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It was going so swimmingly.
It wasn't.
No, yeah, people turned off an hour ago. Is
that Gary whistling again? Question for Si. Are they Christmas decorations behind you?
Where? No, they're loads of glass baubles that we collect, which I really like. Ooh.
Okay.
And that's all Disney stuff and dragons and stuff like that.
Very nice. Damien, can you hear us? Brilliant.
Can't hear anything.
The tiki. Volume up, Damien. The voices in my head echo all the time. It's so annoying.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys.
It happens.
Damon Seeley fan collection. Hello, Martin. Nice to see you.
How do I switch to the other camera?
And is it the other one you want?
It's
I
the
do with supplies.
there we go. Here we go. Back camera. All right, there we go.
Can you hear us, by the way?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Hi, Rob. Good to see you, buddy. Good old Rob's here.
So this is going to be interesting. Now I'm going to stand up here because
Adam, how you? Oh, Baker's here. How you, pal?
all right, this isn't going to work as well. But so what I've been collecting original comic art for since like 1991.
Nice.
And you're going to hear stuff falling because now I'm doing this like half-assed. But so like I'm just going to start with these big ones. So like for those who don't know, original comic art is the art used to create comic books. So what this is a page from World's Finest. It says number 295 from September of 1983.
Wow.
Is it showing backwards for you?
No, it's perfect.
Okay. Okay. So, you know, this is the penciled and inked page that they used to create. God dang, I can't control this thing. That's why I wanted to use the phone. That they used to create the actual comic book. And so this is another page from that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I don't know. I'm well out of comics mostly. I don't know if they still do pages like this. You know.
I don't know how comics have run lately. My guess would be they're still penciled out, but then probably all now inked and drawn on in digital.
Right.
That would be my guess. I would think that they're still penciled like that.
Yeah.
But
See,
again, I mean, look at the pencil work. Is that Jim April?
this one is Alan Goldman. This was a commission I did years ago, or had done years ago for the same characters from that World's Finest 295, but like with a modern flair. And I just love it. I just love this thing.
Yeah.
And
to show what you can create that pencil, doesn't it?
Yep. So then this is a page by Norm Brayfogle from one of the Batman issues.
Yeah.
This is where he meets Harold, where he had in his Batcave during the 90s. Like he was this little Mr. Fix-It guy.
Look at the long Batman ears. I'm always one for long Batman ears.
Oh,
I like the vampire look of Batman.
Right. And this one is awesome. He just walks into the bar and tells everyone they can get out because this is personal business. And he just scares everyone out of the bar and then just, you know, basically talks trash to this guy who may or may not be responsible for, you know, the deaths.
So how did you come across these, Damon?
Well, when I started collecting in 91, there were websites. So this is attributed to Dick Giordano, this piece here.
Yeah.
And it may or may not be, you know, since it's not signed or anything, I had to take it on faith a bit. And this is a page, but I'm sorry. So there were websites, but I mostly bought through either going to conventions or through mail away catalogs. This is a page by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, you know, signed here. And this is from the Venom storyline that tells how, you know, Bane basically came to be.
Yeah.
And then, well, this is a little political one. I'll get past that so I don't upset anybody. And these are by Mitch O'Connell. He's one of my favorite artists. He's a pop culture artist. And he did that one you just saw. What he does is if you buy a piece of his art, which I've bought several, he just throws in a bunch of goodies. And it could be sketches, it could be finished pieces, it could be whatever. It could be pieces of just reference material he has. This is a Kevin McGuire Joker sketch.
Man.
And then a page from I can't believe this is, or what is this? I can't believe it's not the Justice League. because the Kevin Maguire, Keith Giffen, all those Justice League issues were hilarious. And these pages are from Astro City number 1/2 back in the day. See, I bought this directly from the artist, so he signed it to me.
Yeah.
And this was a storyline. Some of them, and some of them don't have word bubbles on them. Some of them, the bubbles are put on digitally afterwards in publishing.
Yeah.
Other times they're actually handwritten in, hand lettered. And this is the last of the 3 pages from that.
It's a treasure trove.
It really is.
Listen.
I've got so many. I'm trying to go fast so you guys can see them. This is just a Archie, two gags of Archie. Because, I know we all love the superheroes and the science fiction and everything, but, when you're a kid, you're reading Archie too. You're having fun with it.
It's how you learn to draw really in comic book stages when you look at comics like Archie and things. And, it was always, for us, it was the Beano and the Dandy first, to get that sort of like basic comic book style going.
Yeah.
And then you can just move up to this level if you're still interested.
Exactly. See, and this is Timothy Truman.
Look at this. The brilliant art. Loving the comic panels. Yeah.
Yeah. This is Timothy Truman doing Tecumseh, which is an awesome, story. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the angle on this. I don't know why it's like so weird. And if you've been collecting comic art for a while, you've got a Jeff Darrow, big guy in Rusty the Boy Robot sketch.
Yeah, man.
Chief said he started with Archie, Casper, a little older, but I'm ancient.
Exactly right. Now this one, you'll see later. If my hand doesn't give out, this page is by Jim Aparo, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was penciled, inked, and lettered by him. And Jim Aparo is my main Batman artist from growing up and everything. He's the guy. And this is another page by him, but inked by somebody else. But that page, that previous one, I have also the color guide for that by Adrienne Roy. It's a hand painted color page, and she did a lot of Batman books back in the day.
Yeah.
And so these are just, some of them don't have Batman, some do. Obviously, if you just want to see examples of the art and you're not too worried about like, oh, I need the main character in a big old splash image, I need it to be doing stuff. I'm probably making everybody sick with my handling of the camera here.
No, everyone's loving it. Even DTM says some cool bits of comic book art there, Damon. No, the lads are liking it.
Cool. See, this
How
one.
could you not?
This one is awesome. He's waking up and being knocked out, and I just love how he did that. Like, he's coming out of the fuzz, that you have when you wake up, and you got the trademark Jim Aparo big giant bat hands.
Are they from the Cult?
No. I don't have any. By Bernie Wrightson did the Cult. I don't have that one. I would give a lot to have a page from the Cult.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have any of that. This one is just a print. Some of these are just prints.
Wow.
And then here's a sketch, Kitty Pryde and Lockheed. Some of these I've had so long that I don't remember the artists, like the name is difficult to read. Like this says like D. Ellison or Elson, and if I just happen to snag them, then trying to read them.
No, Des.
So
Wow.
This is a Wonder Woman pinup by Walter, I think Giovanni. Yeah, I just love this one.
Yeah, man.
A lot of DC there, Damon.
Yeah, I like both, but I was mainly, when I started reading comics back in the day, and if it wasn't like an Archie, it was a DC. This is Death from the Endless, because that's what the gas station had. Brilliant. So here's Storm.
Yeah.
Awesome Storm one. Bit of a segue, you could say, almost. Another Wonder Woman.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Man. This is what I hate most about being an inker. That you do all this, and then you've got to go over it all with ink and rub the whole lot of this pencil out.
I know, right?
It drives you mad.
And then I got
all the lads are staying in here. 2000 AD, Warlord, Battle, Action, Royal Rovers, Commando, Beano. I remember.
Oh, that's great. That. Look at that. Love it.
Hold on. Is that allowed to be shown on the YouTubes?
Yeah, you want Shabby's? No one's watching.
So these are prints that Mitch O'Connell threw in when I bought some of his art. So these are some of the prints that he's thrown in. Speaking of all the cakes and candies and cookies and everything here.
Wow, awesome. What do you think, Si?
Yes. What do you think?
Yeah,
This
look at
is
that.
This is a Steve Rude Wonder Woman print.
Man,
Michael Kaluda's Shadow print.
you're lovely that.
God, I'm so sorry for the shaky. They would have worked so much better on the phone, but I don't know why I couldn't hear.
No, honestly, you get to look at these like a good view of him.
No, you can see fine. You're doing a good job, mate. Really good job.
Thank you. And then Frank Miller, Sin City print.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. And then Art Adams X-Men print.
Wow.
And then now there's my favorite look of Storm right there in the with the mohawk and the leather.
Gap says, thanks, Damon. I've discovered a new rabbit hole.
Oh, absolutely. And it can be, here's the thing, it can be, this is a print from
right.
Bone. It can be expensive or it can be cheap. It depends what you want to do, you know.
What's the most expensive you've ever spent? You don't have to give me the actual price, but have you spent a lot of money on these?
All cumulatively, of course. Individually, probably the most I've spent individually is probably about maybe a couple grand.
Oh, wow, really? I would have traced one for you for a $5.
And I've sold a lot too.
Yeah.
Figures. I had this all because I was going to be able to do it with the one hand, so I had the figures lined up just for fun, but now they're all falling because I have to do it this way. All right, hold on. Get to some. So there's Jill Thompson Death Sketch, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then here's a Voltron
Yeah.
pencil sketch that he turned into a print as well. Some of them will do it as will do the art and then they'll do a print of it as well. This page is one of my holy grails.
Yeah, look at that.
This is from Green Arrow Longbow Hunters. This is a Mike Grell Green Arrow.
Yeah,
page.
beautiful.
And you can see somebody else had it and I bought it from them. So that's why it's signed to somebody else. But I had to, this is one of my all-time favorite stories and characters. So I had here's a sketch by himself again.
Damon said, Gap, I can draw you a panel for 1 million.
1 million. And here's a younger girl. Now this one here, let's see. Does it even, probably not the way I hold this camera, but when I bought this, I showed this to somebody back in probably 1992, and he pointed out that Mike Grell gave him 2 left feet.
Oh,
That this foot's backwards. I'm like, that's hilarious.
I think it's just the shadowing on that. To be fair with you,
It could be. See, that's the thing is like, you know, I'm not an expert, so.
oh, look at that, beautiful. I used to love them colours.
Yeah, Lee Weeks Daredevil, fantastic.
Yeah,
And then a Thing portrait. These are just prints again, but that's because this is a sketch I got from this fellow when he was selling it. Daredevil is like, for me, it's like Batman and Daredevil are like 1 and 2.
yeah.
This is a letter from Lee Weeks. I met him at Motor City Comic Con, and he sold me a page, and he shipped it from home. So he sent me this, even though he had it at the show. And this is the page. It's like one of my absolute holy grails. The only reason it's not framed on the wall, I've probably got about 120 things framed on the walls in the house here. But the reason it's not framed is just because of I got it later. But this page is so phenomenal.
Yeah, man.
And then here's a Colossus sketch that these brothers, Brendan and Brian Frame, did after John Byrne, like in his style.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. They did a Wolverine as well. And Green Arrow.
Black Canary, yeah.
Canary, yep, I love that.
Jonathan
Yeah,
says,
brilliant.
I always found getting around in for a bunch of artists was a surefire way to get a ton of sketches. Brilliant.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
that's good.
This one I had him do, and I think they did the shadows, or he did the shadows, but all I made sure was that it was the Riddler in his suit that you and I both love, Si.
Yeah.
And then here's the Wonder Woman.
Jenna Troy, yeah, that's crazy cool, yeah.
And then this is a page from Hellblazer by Steve Dillon. And I loved Hellblazer, the Garth Ennis run and everything. Just so
Chris Smith, Lord, he's another fellow artist, and he's gone to watch Iron Maiden tonight, but he'll be pissed off he's missed this.
So, and then he messaged me, actually. He messaged me. And that's Jill Thompson's Scary Godmother. If you've never seen the comic or the cartoon, it's so charming. This is some of the empty slots are from things I've sold. This is Mike Allred, Madman.
Yeah.
I was thinking that there's just a nice variety of it. You're right.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like the thing. For me, it's like you like so many different things, and I'm not going to collect just one. I'm not going to collect only, like, there are people who literally only will buy Batman on a gargoyle, and that's it. I can't do that,
No.
I know Steve. Yeah, he passed away far too young. This is a print. I commissioned this piece, and he made a print of it. It's the original is hanging downstairs. I can't show it to you, but this is also he did the Planet Terror movie poster style.
Yeah.
And then he did the print as well.
Wow.
So
Damon Cap said, Damon, you've got me excited, but in a comic book way.
Well, I would hope so. And then here's the Catwoman sketch, Judge Dredd print over here.
Wow.
Now this one I commissioned. This one is big. I gotta go up higher for this one. So this one I commissioned from this artist where I picked out the duels. So you got Rocket Raccoon fighting Lobo, Gladiator fighting Superman, Hawkman fighting Thor, and Martian Manhunter fighting Silver Surfer, and it's over the Detroit skyline. And then you got Agent J and K down there having a bit of dialogue, because they're all aliens technically. So that's why J and K coming after him. This is one of my favorite motifs is the looming Batman, where he's got the building in front of him.
Yeah.
And so this is another one I commissioned where Wolverine was fighting Martian Manhunter and Colossus was up against Captain Marvel, Shazam, because these two are both pure of heart. So I thought that would be interesting how they would, what they could do. And these two can just heal forever, they could battle forever.
Yeah.
And then these two, Robot Man and not Robot Man. Is that no? It's Commander Steel, but is it Robot Man? Yeah, I think so. From All-Star Squadron. Sorry, and then you got a David Lloyd page from Wasteland.
Wow.
Man.
This one I had to use some archival glue because these had yellowed and fallen off some of the word balloons, and I reattached them. Then we got
a lot of times they're overused, aren't they? They just put on while they print them and then took off again, aren't they? The balloons. So
exactly.
Wow,
and this is a Katharine Hepburn, Spencer Tracy commission I had done. And
it's Golden Age Robot Man. That was Kieran says.
There we go. Thank you. Yes, because in an All-Star Squadron cover in storyline they fought. And I love that. I did a little toy battle homage to that as well. So then we got Virginie, Barbara Eden. I think probably one of our early crushes.
Yeah.
And then this one, we got Captain America. I don't remember this fellow's name that I got it from. It was another collector that I bought that from. Now this one has a bit of a story, and this is going to lead to a break in me holding this camera like this. This is a Wonder Woman. I'm not going to mention the artist's name because he pissed me off quite a bit. I bought this from him. I've sold a couple other pieces by him, only because I commissioned 2 or 3 more pieces, and he just ghosted me.
Wow.
Yeah, he took the money and ran. Oops, sorry.
And this was the same artist who did this?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, oops, is it working? There we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause here for a second, and I'm just going to say this. So this Wonder Woman piece is going to be a giveaway that Shabby Si didn't know about. I'm going to do it tonight if we can. We got time. It's 5:30. I got a few more portfolios, but I was going to keep it simple and not do like comments or quizzes or anything like that. But for those folks in the chat, I've got my Masters of the Universe Uno cards here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of shuffle them up here. And if people want to start putting in the chat what they think is going to get picked. Now, you don't have to be like super specific. Like obviously you don't have to be like yellow 9 or anything like that.
Right.
Just pick a number if you think it's going to be a number, or if you think it's going to be like a draw 4 or draw 2, just say draw card or reverse skip. Hopefully you know enough about Uno to do this. I didn't think about it if we just needed to do like regular cards.
Well, they're all picking numbers. So Givos has picked 3, Claire's picked 7, Gab's picked 6, Jonathan's picked 42.
42. It doesn't go up that high.
What does it go up to?
I think it goes up to 9.
Goes up to 9.
So
Right,
pick
so the
numbers
first
1 to 9,
people.
or pick numbers 1 to 9, or pick skip, reverse, or draw. Those will be your choices.
When did I put 8 inside?
Just done it. I didn't know it said Shabby Geek, so that's me.
Gab says 9. Jonathan says 9. Oh, it's going to be a bit tough, this.
Well, and if people do pick the same one and that's what gets picked, then we'll just go again between those people.
Right. Okay. All right. Right.
So I'm just doing this real quick, and I don't care where you are. I'll ship it to you. I don't know what it's worth. I'm not looking. I'm out of the game for a while, so I don't know what everything is worth. But there we go. So okay. So
who came up with these rules, Stu?
All right. So here's all the cards.
Right.
Let me try to do this fair here.
Look at this. It's a fun-packed.
Well, do you want to give it just another minute, just to see if anybody else wants to put in for it? Or
okay, sorry.
Should we just give it another run? We'll give it till what time is it? We'll give it 3 more minutes.
Okay.
We'll come back to it, just because if anybody else wants to put in.
Okay.
So put in there if you want to join this 1 to 9, and if the same people pick the same one, you'll go into one for another draw and all that sort of stuff. So 1 to 9 if you want to join it, right?
Yep. Or skip, reverse, or draw. Those are the special cards. And it's for this piece here.
Right.
This is an original Wonder Woman piece, and it's multimedia. It's not just one pencil or ink. And then here's a Storm piece. I love this by Connie Valentina.
Oh yeah, look at that side.
Man.
And then here's a Logan. I don't remember this fella's name who did this. I'm afraid.
Wow.
When you've been doing this for 30-something years, forget. Here you go, Si.
Yeah, beautiful.
He doesn't do very many of these anymore. So 2012.
Brian
The
Bowen.
greatest of them all.
I know, man. Oh, I've got one other piece by him, which is a pencil sketch you'll see later. This was from in back in the day. Super Friends had a comic book as well, based on a cartoon. And sometimes in the day you had the original story, the main story, and then you had a backup story. This was from the backup story with Jack-o'-lantern, and I remember vividly reading that comic and when this came up, I was like, "Oh my God, I have to have this!" And it's just so fun and part of my childhood. Ramona Frodon and Romeo Tangal artists, and it's just like when you find things that are just slivers of your past. And then this is a Green Arrow page, Phil Hester and Andy Parks. I got some movie prints here, Radagast, Groot,
Oh yeah, that's cool, isn't it? From Labyrinth, one before.
Yeah, don't look at that. I know you guys don't like that. Let's see here. This I love this. This is look at this classic, just so clean. Look at that. And then you got the Invincible Iron Man, Misty Knight.
Yeah, cool.
And there you go.
Yeah,
You got
greatest battle of them all.
Yes. Oh, so awesome. Got those on eBay from this artist, Chilton Bryant. And Katharine Hepburn. And
Yeah,
check out
cool.
this Wolverine, Damian Scott.
So what is it with Katharine Hepburn, Damien? I've heard you've mentioned a few times now. Got another commission. Did you like her films and stuff? Were you a fan?
I was, especially Spencer Tracy. And the two of them together were famous together, you know.
Yeah.
And their romantic comedies, you know, were just all wit and humor, and you know, they weren't silly. I mean, they could be, but I mean, they're just so good, so good. And I love my comic movies. So then you got Two-Face. Brian Stelfreeze did both of these. You got Two-Face, and then you got Tron.
Man.
But not just Tron himself, but a Tron warrior, since it doesn't have the T on it. And then this just a random little Humboldt County Fair sketch. And then this guy, Timothy Boatwright, he has his very own style. You got Batman here, and then you got Willy Wonka over here.
Yeah, man.
And then Joker. I love that Joker. That's so, I mean, that just, at his most manic, you know. And then you got Furiosa and a little tiny little Mad Max there.
These are awesome.
And this is another one of my treasures. This is Hunter Rose Grendel by Tim Sale. And I thought, when I first got this was so clean. I thought I got conned. I thought it was a print. But when you take it out and you look at the back, you can actually see, because it's watercolor, you can actually see the ripple, a little bit of ripple. It's very thick stock paper. And you can see the ripple from the water. And I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Matt's Collection said, when it comes to liking Katharine Hepburn, do you really need a reason?
That's
exactly.
true.
Yeah. D10 says, brilliant artwork, this. Yeah, wow.
Matt Wagner Grendel cover.
And G-Force is still teaching everyone about Uno.
or Page. I know, right? Yeah. And then he did a Toro cover as well, Matt Wagner.
Wow.
Yeah, lovely.
Awesome.
Sketch. At New York Comic Con, my wife dressed up as Etzel.
Wow.
That was her cosplay, and we have a picture meeting Matt Wagner. I was Kevin Matchstick, and I had the green bat, and he signed the green bat and everything. And she was Etzel. I could have been invisible though, because she was so awesome as Matt Wagner just fell out. I mean, he just the picture of us together, he's all hugging up on her, and I'm there.
You stand over there.
Right. I know, right? And this is also a Matt Wagner page from the Trinity story he did with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. And there's obviously no characters in it, but it's a Ra's al Ghul page. And I know people say Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul. I say Ra's al Ghul from the animated series, because that was the first time I heard it pronounced. More Matt Wagner, because I love his stuff. All right, you want to do the cards?
Yeah, we'll do the cards. Yeah, so you pick a card, and I'll see who said it.
All right. Throwing them on here. And I put you guys to work with this. All right. Now they're all mixed up, so we're just gonna. Ready? I don't know what that is. So we're repeating again. That's a sword. What the hell is that? The 9.
9. So for 9, we've got Jonathan Redmond. We've got I think that's it. I think just Jonathan Redmond. I think John. Hang on, let's just make sure. G4 said 3, Claire 7, Gap 6, Mr. B. So we got Mr. B and Jonathan Redmond. So Mr. B, so Jonathan Redmond. Let's just make sure. 5, 7. Yeah. So I need. Oh, G-Force. Oh, hang on a minute. They've just said it all now. Get to France, you scumbags. Right, so it's Mr. B and Jonathan. So that's so we got it. So I need Mr. B and Jonathan to pick a number between 1 and 9, and whoever gets it. Or should we do something different for that? Should we do reverse or skip because he could be here all night. Oh
Yeah,
no, we'll just keep picking them till they get it. So I need Mr. B and I need Jonathan to give me a number between 1 and 9. So Jonathan's gone for 5.
Okay.
Jono is 5. And then I need Mr. B to get back to me.
All right.
Okay, we'll just wait.
Yep. Oh, I keep pushing stuff off the table. It's wonderful. Okay. All right. Oh, and then I just got some lobby cards. I got one of my Evan Costello, Meet the Killer, Boris Karloff, Singing in the Rain. You Can't Take It With You. And this leads me to a little segue, Anatomy of a Murder. At my feet is a giant portfolio. These are sketches from Princess and the Frog. The last, unless they've done more since, this was the last hand-drawn Disney movie. And then you got a preliminary Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
Wow. So I've got Mr. B at number 9 again, and I've got Jonathan Redmond at number 5. So whenever you want to do it, I'll just pull them 2 out.
All right. And this is a Duga from Akira or Akira, depending on how you pronounce it. And then this is the Cell, the animation Cell.
Yeah, man. Treasure trophies, kid.
I've had more than a few people come after me for that, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah. I'm glad you just said that because I might have been one of them after this.
I think G-Force will recognize that.
Yeah. Brilliant.
All right. So we'll do another pick here.
Right. So it's when you keep picking them, so you pick either a 5 or a 9.
Okay. 7. Skip. 8. Oh. 9.
9.
The winner of the Wonder Woman artwork is Mr. B. Mr. B,
right.
Congratulations.
Brilliant. What a great prize.
So Mr. B won it. Yeah, that's really nice of you, Damon. Thanks for that, pal. That's lovely of you.
Just a shame, Damien, you didn't get your other art from the same guy. That's a bit of a shit, that.
So, Mr. B, if you don't follow Damon on Instagram, not to worry, my friend. The link to Damon's Instagram is in my description. So if you press that, Connor put it up before as well. So if you press it and then just get in touch with Damon and he'll sort that out for you, pal.
Yep.
Well done. Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome. What a nice gift. Really nice.
Yep. Ship it your way. So let me know when you want me to shut up here too.
No, you carry on, my friend. It's your show.
Three more portfolio.
Mr. B says, "Wow, thank you so much, Damon."
Oh, my pleasure. See, because it's the thing is like since it gives me like the grumps to look at it, it makes somebody else happy. So
TM says, "Well done, Mr. B. I've never played you know again."
Oh man. So this is a Daredevil sketch, of course.
Wow.
And then you got Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then political again. Yeah. Okay.
Feels like something they live, that, doesn't it?
Yep. When they do him as Mitch O'Connell was actually the first one to do him from They Live, and he even paid his own money to put a giant poster of it in New York City to like harass him. Absolutely. So then you got the Shadow. This is Chris Vision's great artist. The Shadow over here, and from Schoolhouse Rock, Verb over here from back in the cartoon days, back in the days. You got Howl's Moving Castle,
Man,
and Cruella de Vil.
That Cruella's great.
Isn't it amazing?
Great work.
It just fills the whole thing.
This is right up your street, this Tub Thumpers. It's like you love all this artwork, don't you?
Yeah. Get comfy. We're here for a week.
I know. I sent Si a message, Shabby, saying that we'd have to work to keep you awake as we nerd out.
No, I'm loving it. Yeah.
So I like the chibis when they do the little kid versions of these. It's fun. So this is a Batman. This is a cover to oh gosh, I forgot the name of the book already. But anyway, that's a cover. Chris Vision's again.
Can you draw yourself, Damon? Are you actually an artist yourself?
No, I can do like goofy abstractions and things like that, but not proper drawing at all. No, I tried when I was a kid. I know you're not supposed to use
Gilster,
but I used to sit in art class with my friend Ibn, and he could draw amazingly, and he would do the Ninja Turtles were one of his favorite things to do.
Yeah.
And I would sit there and I would try to draw. So he would draw, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and mine I dubbed him Retardo because I couldn't draw for shit. So here's a Catwoman by Gary Martin, which is awesome.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he also did a Storm portrait that's hanging on the wall over there. And Si, we'll talk later. X-Men, classic X-Men and Art Adams style by Gary Martin again. Just love that. Steve Rude. This is in '96 when I met him in Chicago, at Chicago Comic-Con, and he was so sweet.
Wonder Woman.
Yep. But it's in his style, but it's by Gary Martin.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, beautiful.
And then Steve Rude Space Ghost. Pencil sketch, colored pencils. And then this is like a preliminary, in the beginning of a comic, you've got the title page. This is a preliminary to that. This is Batman, Scotty Young.
Yeah, man.
And then another Storm. And here is a group of mercenaries led by Stu, apparently. I bought this.
It's a quiz next Sunday.
I just thought it was cool. And when I was going through this, like making sure there wasn't anything horribly inappropriate, I'm like, holy crap, look at that.
That's beautiful work, wow.
It's a Sin City, yeah. These are hand-colored, these are prints, but they're hand-colored by Jeffrey Jones.
Yeah.
And these were framed on the wall, but I've since cannibalized the frames and used them for other things. And because I've had enough stuff framed that I can do it myself now if I have the materials. So these are prints, Herb Trimp prints that I got. And so this one, Shogun Warrior Raideen, this was one of my snags at Joe Fest, was Raideen.
Wow.
Complete with the missiles and everything. Getting him home was interesting. I bought pool noodles, bubble wrap. I had him so packed up in that suitcase.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So this is a Paul Neary Captain America, classic Captain America page.
Wow.
I just love the shield work and just, him jumping. And I mean, look at that. I mean, how often do you see that anymore where he balls himself up and just bowls him over?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And Daredevil Commission.
Yeah, beautiful that.
And another Daredevil. And
so you're a big fan of your pencil work as well as the ink work, aren't you, Damien?
Absolutely.
I see a lot of pencil sketches here.
Yeah, I like it all. Here's a Green Arrow with Robin Hood and
Constantine. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's just a print. I saw the original. I actually just recently, because I'm always looking to see what the Glenn Fabry paintings are going for.
Yeah.
And I saw that this original sold a handful of years ago, I think, for $4,900.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love seeing the pencils because it's like it's the raw, it's the, it's so cool. This is a animation sketch or animation cell from One Crazy Summer. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
Yeah.
There are animation bits in it, and it's by Savage Steve Holland, and he was selling these himself on eBay. He also did the animation for the Whammy on Press Your Luck, the game show.
Wow.
So I got some of these from him.
Man.
And but yeah, it's like here's an Electra.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
They're getting smaller.
It's nice you kept them all as well, dark and all covered.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
These portfolios, they stay in larger portfolios. Actually, they've lived there and they're leaned up again. They're either they're flat or they're standing upright perfectly. I'm not about to let them go to shit or anything. So that's just disrespectful. Oh, here's the other Brian Boland. It's a pencil preliminary sketch for Wonder Woman number 100. One of the covers he did. And
Man.
there's even a note to the editor that says, let's see here.
Brian, make sure you're not bloody late like always.
Right? It says, well, it must be obvious which one of these I want to do, is what Brian Boland wrote to the editor. Because he must have like worked on it harder, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damon says, I agree, Damon, with the pencils. It's like the origin of creation flowering into, I can't say that word, aesthetically pleasing art. Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. And here's a Klaus Batman, which, I mean,
Yeah.
oh, you know, the other half of Dark Knight Returns right there.
Man.
And then a Dan Brereton,
Leon.
professional Leon and Matilda.
Yeah.
And then a Sean Murphy RoboCop. This is another one that people have come after me left and right for, and it's like, you don't get it.
Look at you, I'm not mocking the chat.
So you don't get RoboCop off of a Detroit person. That's, you know, Breyfogle Batman. This is one of my absolute favorite pieces.
Yeah, beautiful.
When I had to sell a bunch of art to pay for a new boiler and a new gutter and everything else, and other reasons, I sold a bunch of his. And these are John Bolton sketches, which are awesome.
Yeah.
And I really regret one of the pieces. One was a Norm Breyfogle painting, an oil painting he did, which was made into a poster. Here's the many ghosts of Dr. Graves, and then Voltron doing the Gangnam dance. Gangnam style, right?
Yeah.
And then Jay Lee Catwoman.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
I bought that figure because of Jay Lee. That Jay Lee Catwoman figure, I had to. It's beautiful.
Oh,
That's
man.
cool. That's Harley on.
And they tell you, look at all the line working here. It's just amazing what they do.
Yeah.
You artist.
It's kept like a nice 70s look, that's really
Gab
cool.
says,
Yeah,
you don't need that RoboCop. My Jedi mind chips are working. You don't need that RoboCop.
I do. And this is also one of my earlier pieces, because Golden Age artist Shelley Moldoff, he would go to conventions, and so I met him at the Motor City Comic Con here, and he would sell his art, you know, sell pieces, and it's like he's just doing it, and so like if you see somebody who's got any kind of collection of original comic art, they probably have one or two or more of these.
Wow.
In very
Beautiful.
yeah, and then here's a little Phantom Stranger Jr. And then Milk and Cheese, Gin Makes a Man Mean. Dairy products gone bad. And then Valkyrie from Airboy. I don't know if you guys ever knew Airboy. And then another little chibi Batman and a Death pencil sketch. And John Totalbin's Swamp Thing preliminary sketch, which is beautiful. Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, you know.
What a variety. What a variety of them.
That is a treasure trove you've got in here.
I
No
love it.
doubt about it.
I appreciate it. I mean, and that's, I know it's totally different than what you guys normally, you know, look at. And
Well, it's not, but I know it's a bit distant to Mark, but I can honestly say to you, Mark, some of the names he's pulling out here are legends of the game. Legends of the game. They're not your nobodies. Do you know what I mean? So to have a collection like this of original work, print work, and ink work, that's best collection yet.
And then Rick Leonardi, Spidey 2099. That's my only Rick Leonardi piece, but it's you know, you got to have a. Oh, and here's the color guides, the hand painted color guides. So this is that page that I showed you earlier. So I've got the drawn and inked and lettered page and the color guide. Just makes me so happy. You know, reading Batman growing up, I mean, that's just huge. And then just some fun.
Penelope, fun sweets.
Yep. Yeah, we love Wreck-It Ralph here in this house. I love how it's like it's the little candy dots.
Phil?
It did do well, that, because when that film came out, God, I was asked to draw that character so many times.
Oh, I bet. And I think one of those is the original, one is the print of the Batman. And then here's another Leon, a smaller piece. Mike Henderson, he gets a lot of detail packed in those little tiny squares of his.
Yeah.
Golden Age Sandman. And then we got Psylocke and Mystique.
Wow.
And then, can you see the nipple?
All artist suggestive. Just to let people know. Oh, that's cool, that.
Yeah, Raven and
Zatanna is brilliant.
Zatanna. Isn't
Yeah.
that neat? I mean, it's
Yeah,
just so
beautiful.
I love the see. One of the things I love too is when you guys do like the negative space. That's so
Yeah.
yeah, Starfire.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, this guy, I don't know. He's like one of those sci-fi characters that people like. You know?
I think we always
G4 says Psylocke or Black Cat. Which one?
Black Cat for me.
Yeah, more attitude, more fun.
You're welcome, Gap. You're welcome.
And another RoboCop and another Storm.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, and this is actually white paper, and all the black is ink.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the lightning here is white out or paint, one or the other.
I'll tell you, you don't know how much of a nightmare it is to paint ink like that, the full background. An absolute nightmare.
I can imagine. And you got DD, and depending on what you know him from, Gatchaman or G-Force or Eagle Riders or Battle of the Planets, G2.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, as much as I love, G1, G2 is my guy.
It's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah. And then Huntress.
Perfect.
That's a cool
Awesome.
country.
One more. Oh, my back is going to be done. And this one, when I was going I was going through this and I found this, and I forgot that my niece.
That's a brilliant picture.
Yeah, my niece was like, "Can I have that?" And I said no at the time. Not meanly, of course. But now I gotta find out if she still wants it so I can give it to her.
Yeah, beautiful. That's lovely. That.
Yeah.
And then a couple of Jeff Decals. You got a Hulk sketch, and then a Spider Woman. A young collector came at me about this just the other week, actually, and I had to look up what they were going for because I was like, I guess I can part with that one. And so I looked what they were going for, and I was like, whoa, all right. So I said 800, and he wanted to do a trade by combo, but he's just starting out, and I'm like, you don't really have anything.
No, keep hold of it.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
This is a Mike Mayhew Spidey, which is just gorgeous.
Well, the thing is, Damon, looking at this vast majority that you've got and how diverse and different it all is, why would you want to trade? Do you know what I mean? It's because you pick up this art anyway, don't you? So I'd keep the Spider Woman. I would.
That's just it. It's like when he disappeared, when it came down to just cash, and I told him I would split the shipping with him. I wasn't kind of like but he clearly was too deep for his pockets at the time. So these are Craven Spider-Man pages that Mike Mayhew did, and the story like stitches in between some old classic Steve Ditko Spider-Man stories. And the Lizard is my favorite Spidey villain. This is Michael Ringo here.
Yeah.
And then Craven is my number 2 Spidey villain.
Wow.
So
Mysterio is always mine for Spidey villains.
Oh, Mysterio. That's
always Mysterio.
Funny I would always say Green Goblin for you. I would have
Green Goblin second, but Mysterio. I just love the way it was drawn in comic books when they used to do the mystique round it and all the visions. And it's just amazing how it was done.
So cool. And this is according to Andy Delvey there. This is who could have sussed out that who was the Emperor, who was the Sith there. I remember from you guys this the other day. That cracked me up. This guy. Now this, speaking of trades, this piece, this Sienkiewicz Batman. Sienkiewicz is like another one of my top guys. And the Sienkiewicz Batman came to me in a trade because a guy wanted. Si, do you remember back in the day when DC did a Heroes Against Hunger special for Ethiopia?
I do, yeah. I do.
And the back cover was a Sienkiewicz piece of Batman and Superman. And
I do remember it, yeah.
Yep, I had that original piece. Sienkiewicz Justified. And that hung on my wall for ages. And it was huge. I mean, it was, okay, so like here's like a dresser, this giant armoire. You can see the scale in front of you, right? That's full of my hats, by the way. It was huge. It was probably that big framed. And this fellow wanted it. Oh, and these are Jim Aparo pages inked by Sienkiewicz. And that's a pencil Raylan Gibbons from Justified.
Justified,
yeah.
He did a Walton Goggins too, which if I can get my hands on it, I will, but I doubt I ever will. But anyway, so the young fella wanted that World Against Hunger back cover, but he couldn't pay what it was worth, and so we actually did work out a cash and trade because he had some Sienkiewicz pieces. He had some high end pieces that made it worthwhile.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've had this for 20 years. It can move on to another home now.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it, so that's cool. Wow. This is one of my favorite splashes of Batman because it's not just tough Batman. He talks about how he saved lives saved lives rather than took lives. So he's the hero,
Yeah.
The quintessential Batman,
That's great in the original of that. That really is.
Oh, so and then this is one of his. He did a illustrations. It was mostly a text story. I want to say it was in Batman Chronicles, and the illustrations were like almost like a book. And this was one of them. So it's a very thin piece of paper and it's airbrush and pencils and blah blah blah. Sienkiewicz just kitchen sinks things. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, again, look at the finished result. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's funny because I have a Batman painting that if you go to Sienkiewicz's website, it's what he uses that image for either DC or Batman art. I can't remember. And when I got it off a guy in France. And this is a David Mack Kabuki sketch. I love Kabuki. Great comic.
Yeah.
And this is another one where I saw him again. So this one I think I got from someone else, just happenstance. But this one was when I saw him in Chicago in 2008. I've met him here in Motor City years ago as well. But anyway, what was I saying about the? I'm sorry, I lost my train. But anyway, I'll come back to it maybe. This page I got it at an auction, Chicago Comic Con in '96, I think it was. This is Kabuki page from the very first Circle of Blood story, and had him sign it later when I saw him at Motor City Comic Con, and just so great. And where he's come, like he started out with the basic pencils and inks. You can see touches of multimedia and flair and everything. But then when you look at his later stuff, all painted and just amazing.
Yeah.
I remember now. Sienkiewicz, the painting. When it came from France, I was again worried I got conned because it's on a piece of cardboard. Just Sienkiewicz painted this like Batman masterpiece on a piece of cardboard. And I'm like,
some do. Yeah, some do.
And I'm like, that's just him. He probably had it laying around and he had the inspiration and just and there it was.
Yeah.
Cool.
So here's Lone Ranger and Tonto by Timothy Truman.
So Pods is saying Kabuki, this is a trip down memory lane.
Right.
Wow. And
then Jonah Hex, Timothy Truman. Jonah Hex Two Gun Mojo is what this page is from here. Joe Lansdale, one of my favorite writers, he wrote that comic. His novels are hilarious. And they even did a short-lived TV series, Hap and Leonard. If you want to have some fun, watch that. But this one is the running joke where people would ask him how he got that scar on his face, and he would always give some smart-ass remark, damn chigger bite, cut myself shaving, just always some
ongoing joke.
Yeah.
Jeepos, this is truly some incredible stuff, Damon. Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
That's cool.
Arthur Adams, Thor sketch. This is another one the kid wanted. He was like, so when he didn't want to pay, he wanted to add stuff to the pile to make shipping more reasonable or worthwhile. And he's picking like this, and I'm like, dude, you don't want to pay like cash money for the one thing, and you're thinking you can bust out these legends and get, what are you doing? Wow. So this is a print. We have this original by Fred Ian.
Yeah.
And the original is huge, and they painted it for us, and we were the first North American commission. He's since blown up, but so when he recently was offering prints on Instagram, I was like, this is perfect. Yeah. We should never sell it, but just in case we do, I've got this. Because we say never sell, but at the same time, like when shit goes wrong, that's what this stuff can sometimes be for. And then another Freddie and the Poison Ivy, and then Si, hold on to yourself. Hold on.
Can't Wonder Woman.
Ooh,
The number one.
Yep. Now this one is interesting. This one I snagged. I don't even remember where, but it's got an address from Pennsylvania. It was drawn in the military by this guy, and it's called Chow Hound. It's like probably like a cartoon in a serviceman's newspaper or something, you know. And his plane's crashing and he's roasting a sausage over the fire. I'm just like, this is charming. I can't pass this up. It was probably like $10 or something.
Pab said it's a sad day when Michael Turner passed away. Loved his Fathom book.
Yeah, another one. They're too young. You know, Mike Waringo, Mike Parobeck. You know, didn't they all pass? So young. It's just sad. And
So
the
what's it about Storm and Damien? What is it about Storm you love?
I don't know, honestly. It's ever since I was a kid, if it's just the look or her it's probably her look and then her demeanor, you know, so, you know, regal, you know, she's, you know, and just the pure leader, you know, like when she took over the X-Men from Cyclops and everything, you know, in that epic fight, you know, that they had not fight, but you know, the duel.
Yeah.
Oh man, so cool. And then how she was still every bit of Storm, even when she didn't have her powers, you know. So that's got to be what it is. But I never sat to think about it. You know, it's just one of those you never said. Like, why do you identify like people who identify with Batman rather than Superman or vice versa?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just the Spectre.
Yep. Tom Mandrake. Yeah. I wanted an example from that book because I love that book with John Ostrander writing, where it showed the darkness and the magic. And this panel here, where it bleeds into the other panels, you know, just frameless.
Yeah, beautiful. That is work.
You can see all the detail. I wish if we had 14 hours, I could show you all the detail in these things.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys ever come to Detroit for any reason? This one, this is the last one. This is a mystery.
Oh, Mingola.
No, it's not. It's Hellboy, but it's not. I wish. I've taken so many runs at his art, like trying to win auctions or trying to get my hands on it, and I have never gotten one. And now it's just out of my range, I think. But this piece, it's almost in the style too of a Jeff Smith who did Bone, but nobody can tell me this JAS, and I don't know where I got this from somebody. Nobody can tell me who this is, but I just liked it, and I think it was probably like $20 or something, you know. So that's what I mean. It's like if you like this stuff, there's accessible art that you can like with characters that you like and a style you like. You don't have to pay thousands or hundreds or anything else. You know, you can just find stuff, just like toys. You can find stuff that's accessible, you know?
Yeah. I agree there.
Absolutely brilliant, Damon. Absolutely brilliant. Loved it.
And I'm sorry for, let's see here. I still feel so, I know you said it was fine, but I feel so bad for the shaky camera and everything.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No problem at all. Absolutely brilliant. So there you have it. They say. Absolutely brilliant. Damon's Tubs.
My tubs portfolio.
Absolutely brilliant.
Look what I picked up in when I was at the celebration.
Oh yeah, love that cover with the mad fish.
At your Forbidden Planet.
Yeah,
I haven't even unwrapped it yet. It's all the prints from various pieces of his.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant, brilliant. I'm going to Damon's next year. Heck with Joe Fest, says Plus. That's crazy cool, says Mr. B. Wonderful, says Gap. I'll come with you. Jeez. Look at that detail. Everyone's loving it. Everyone's loved your stuff. Awesome stuff. No, I'm glad you showed it. It was a very godly. It was very goodly, Damon says.
That's godly. That is an absolute treasure trove. Let me tell you, boys, that is an absolute treasure trove. Beautiful.
I've got a picture. What's this?
Oh yeah. So I'm sorry. So that was to go with the Canadian tuxedo, you know, like
the Canadian
day. You got your double denim rocking. You know, this is the picture's upside down. This is hanging from the rafters in my garage right now. This is my old Schwinn Phantom that I still have. The middle pad is on the handlebar for some reason. I was probably trying to take off the headlight or do something. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely brilliant, brilliant. Loved it. Now, Damon, let me ask you a question. Are you perceived by magic and magic of the mind?
I, you know, this is scary. This is risky.
Well, apparently,
I could get bamboozled easily. I think.
well, this is now. It's gone from magic to Sorcerer Supreme. Prepare,
Be astounded, absolutely.
prepare.
Look
to
at
be-
look at that smirk. Look at that
Well,
smirk.
look at him, he's already ready. Oh, good afternoon. Hello, my friend. Thanks for coming in and joining us. Right, Si. So, what do you want me to do? Make you big, Si? Because you said me and Damon have to be into this, don't we? So, I'll do it this. I'll do it this way, Si. Like that.
Right. As
Right.
you know, the title of this segment is called Magic of the Mind.
Magic of
So
the mind.
this week, I've decided to do Magic of the Mind. So I'm going to ask a series of 3 questions. I'm going to
Right.
ask a question each to one of you.
Right.
And then the last question, anyone can answer. You have to keep this thought in your head, and I will write down what the answer is. I will write this down.
Quick, show more art, Damon.
So I've got,
Quick, what size were you right? Colour shirt. Right.
I've got
Okay.
the paper, right?
Right. Right.
So, blank piece of paper,
Yeah.
nothing on my board. I'll ask you the first question, Ron. Now, what you
Right.
have to do is keep this in your head
Right.
until I tell you to reveal it. I will
Right.
already wrote down what I think this is. Mark,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
what is your favourite band? Musical band. What's your favourite musical band?
Right. Got it.
I gotta write it down.
No, just me. Because this is what you're the next question. So your favourite musical band, Mark.
Got it.
So I'll fold up this piece of paper, what my answer is now. Right there,
Number is 9.
off my board.
Number 9. That's
Got the Eye of Shazam on the front.
Right.
Please reveal to everybody watching and to Damien what the name of your favourite band was.
Radiohead.
oh,
Radiohead. Radiohead. Okay, question number 2. Damien,
sir.
what is your favourite animal?
I'll go with a tiger.
You're not allowed to tell him, Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to pick another one. Oh yeah, you have to do it again. You're not allowed to tell me until this paper is folded.
Oh. That's flashing back to 20 questions. I told you I was vulnerable to the magic of the mind.
Brilliant. See, Si, he doesn't want, you've overwhelmed him, Si, with the magic. You've overwhelmed him.
So, Damien,
I got it.
what is your favourite animal?
I got it.
Fold up a piece of paper.
Damon's favourite is a Sex Panther, apparently.
Wow.
So, sound odd.
I'll draw the Eye of Shazam on the front.
Right.
And I'll place these over here.
Okay.
So again, Damien, what was your favourite animal?
Gorilla.
Cool what?
A gorilla.
Gorilla. Last question. Anyone can answer this. Anyone.
Right.
It's a directional question. Up,
Right.
down, left or right.
Is that for both of us or one of us to answer this?
One of you to answer, so you have to agree with.
Damon, you're the guest of tonight's Tub Thumpers. You can pick
Okay.
one. But don't tell him yet, Damon.
Don't tell him. Just tell me up, down, left or right. Right. I'll fold up my piece of paper. I'll draw the Eye of Shazam on the front. Right. Mix them all up. Mark, pick one.
The middle one.
Middle. I asked what the direction was, and what was your direction, Damon?
Up.
Direction was up.
Ah!
Damien, would you like to pick left or right?
Up. Oh, sorry. Left.
I asked Shabby Geek what his favourite band was. And that band was Radiohead. Last but not least, I asked Damon what his favourite animal was, and the animal was a gorilla.
What?
Go on, do it.
Shazam.
Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant.
I will
Was
not
that
let
I
it
that you
slip
wrote? Was that I? Look, everybody here. Down, right, left, up, forward. Those eyes of Shazam of size will be worth a fortune if this doesn't work.
Shazam.
Astounded. Look, Shazam. Looks more like the boob of Shazam than the eye of Shazam. The eye of Shazam looks like a testicle.
Oh no.
For guys who draws eyes for a living, he's not really giving on his. So, Damon, are you blown away by magic of the mind?
Of course. I think my one of my lobes is melting.
Takes a lot out. It takes a lot out of me.
When you saw how I just your power just like I gave you the answer just like that.
Shazam.
I think Gap is doubting the magic of the mind. The up arrow
Well,
is
Gap.
the down arrow turned upside down.
Well, how do you get the answers of the other questions? You can't doubt one unless you doubt all three.
Shazam.
Now, I did not speak to these boys earlier,
No.
but I guessed that Damien said gorilla and that Shabbos Geekers said Radiohead.
Look at Phelps. Speechless. That table is covered in bits of paper.
No bits of paper.
Oh.
Look at this. Wizardry. Anne-Marie was writing down the answers. Gilster's blown away, Si. Gilster, true believer.
Thank you. True believer.
Well, bugger me, that worked. Well done.
Shazam.
I honestly don't know which is worth. Size magic or Shabby Si offensive. Tony Z, a believer, Si. Mr. B, a believer, Si. Oh, brilliant. Why did Si's handwriting look like Claire's? I just guessed straight away. I know your brother well, yeah. First note, you wrote down the arrow. Second note, you wrote down radio. And the third note, you wrote
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Si, you just can't please
No
people.
idea what he's talking about.
Anne-Marie says amazing. She
Thank
loved
you.
it. Not even Jedi mind tricks are that good. Brilliant. Oh,
Thank you.
brilliant. I must admit, Si, the magic of the mind this week. Was blown away, Si. I was blown away. Well done, Simon. Well done.
Thank
But
you.
you've also got something to show Damon, haven't you, tonight, buddy?
I have.
Oh.
You'll have to give me a minute.
My flabber has well been gasted. You see, Keith, true believer. Exactly right.
There you
Exactly
go.
right.
I've never heard it put that way, but that's awesome.
You know what you can do. With this. You know, you just can't please everyone, can you, David? Do you know what I mean? You know, he shares his gift with us. It's a gift he shares.
Well, art
You
is
know.
subjective, they said.
Anyway, I'm
Well,
going to make.
first of all, Mark,
Yeah.
can you show the original picture that Damien sent me? And Damien, can you just give a bit of history on this and what you wanted doing and stuff?
Yeah.
Was it? Hang on, let me just make us in the middle. Was it this one right here?
That's the one.
Right. Okay.
So this is a piece by J. Scott Campbell, and it's a storm portrait. You know, Mohawk leather storm, the best. And basically, it's one of those pieces again that eluded me. You know, and it was like one of those buyer regrets where you don't buy something. I don't know what you call it. Where you don't buy something, you don't give the money, and then you never get another shot at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was a piece that was on eBay, so it wasn't J. Scott Campbell himself selling it. Another collector was selling it on eBay, and I stopped bidding at a certain number that was, in my mind at the time, too high for what it was. And it sold. You know how when that happens, like when you go to buy stuff, and then like the very next bid is the one that wins, and you wonder, like, if I gone up $4 more, you know, would I have gotten? And
If only.
If
Yeah.
only.
Yeah.
And so it haunted me. That piece haunted me for, I don't even know how. What's the year on that thing? 2011. So I mean,
Yeah.
forever. And so then, you know, try to forget, you know, and then probably within I can't remember when I reached out to you, Si, but it had to not been more than a day or two or more before that you posted a piece, a Spider-Gwen of your art that was absolutely fantastic, and it was akin to his style, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder, and so I reached out to you, and you know, I was nervous because not you know, obviously we all know you, and you know, you brothers are sweethearts and everything. So it's not like I was worried you were going to, like, you know, grump at me or anything. But sometimes when you go to an artist and you're like, you know, maybe about a commission, asking them to do art in another style, another artist style, is like taboo. You know, you don't do that sometimes for certain artists. You know.
Yeah.
And so, but I reached out and I asked you that, and you were like, yeah, you know, and you said you draw what people want. And you know, you paint what people want. And so I was like, and I sent you that, and you're like, oh, I don't remember if it was the very next message or one of the ones close to that. You were like, just wait till you see what I do with this.
well, Si's got a picture, so he's taking that. I might be biased because I'm his twin brother, but I think this one might be a little bit cooler. So should we show Si? Should we show what? So this is the.
Well, first of all, I'll show this version, and then you
Yeah.
can show that version on there. So you can zoom it in.
Right.
Again, Damon, the look of it, I know exactly what you mean. It was a striking image and a striking picture, and I could tell by picking it up, it was a picture that really sort of needed finishing. But I wanted to keep that same look of it. So, like the artist I am, I've not improved on it, but I filled it in, if you'll have me. And I've also just took a few liberties so it's not the exact art. Do you know what I mean? That's just what I've done.
Yep.
Would you like to see it?
I would.
And this is what I've done with it.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's so much cute.
Oh my
Look
god.
at the shading on that head. That's amazing.
Oh, that's intense. Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
That's what I've done. It's a bit glary on here, isn't it?
Oh well,
So I've got the picture.
The lights in this house are all orange, all of them. So
well,
This
look,
one, so I've got it right there.
You just sat through me ham-handing this for like an hour. So there's no complaint. That is absolutely stunning. The red outline around the name. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh,
That is amazing.
Si, that
Yeah.
is beautifully awesome.
You know, Si, I'm
Cool,
so glad I taught you how to draw, mate. You know, it's one of my favorite achievements in life. You know, giving you that pencil when we were kids and saying, draw this, Si. That's unbelievable.
And I know, depending on, you know, I know you held it up so I kind of gauge the size. I know where it's going because I told you I had the Gary Martin Storm portrait, and that one is the other Storm, you know, with the head.
yes,
And
that's nice.
yeah. See, and I think that's going to fit perfect. I don't know which one's going to go top and bottom because I need to see them. You know, I need to see the weight of them. You know what I mean? The color weight and everything, the black and white weight. But it's going right on the end of the hall. Those two Storms are going to be like bam right there. So once I get it up, you'll get to see.
Awesome.
Don't get me wrong as well. You also won the other one fair and square off Stu, and that's right here with me right now. And if you want me to send that one with it instead of putting it back in, I do one for Stu every year, and as long as he continues to do that, I will always support him and help him. This work belongs to you. You did pay for it like you did with Chris's, and it does belong with you. And I think that now that you're back, just hang on, I won't be a second. I'll go and grab it.
Oh no.
Let's have a look. 6 out of 10 for the trick. Needs more wand waving. Gav says, Si, what am I thinking right now? I bet you don't know what I'm thinking right now. And cowbells. Needs more cowbells, Si.
Gorilla. Well, just to hear him laugh from the distance when you heard you read that,
Yeah.
the little, the little blackout shake with his lad. That's awesome.
I will say he's improved on the magic. So being in the inner circle is paying off. Yeah.
Oh.
Got to have more cowboys, more cowbells. Damon, do you picture what you're going to draw, or do you create it as you go?
Oh, I don't draw. No. Those are all.
As a commission, though, do you have an idea in your head how you want a commission to? That's probably
when I reach out to an artist, generally it's one of two things. Either I have something specific in mind, and that's what I ask for, or it's like I just like that artist's work so much. It's just, character, go to town. Do you?
Well, I'm quite flattered that you chose me. I will say that. I am flattered for that.
Yeah, why didn't you choose me?
Liquid Schwartz, available at your local.
But again, for those that don't know, last year Stu runs these Make-A-Wish competition. Not competition, these.
That'll be
And
500 quid.
this was up for auction, and Damon actually won it. He actually won the auction. And like I said, you've been away for a bit this year, Damon. But again, it's still here. It's sat here waiting for you to take.
Man.
So I think the best and the most honourable thing to do is to send this with the other one, and I'll do another one always for Stu.
Oh man. I mean, if that's what you think is best, I will.
I do, yeah.
I think then I will agree. I mean, I had the idea of the perpetual auction thing with it, but yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, there you have it. So what a fun-filled, packed. What we had on Tub Thumpers, we've had Magic of the Mind, Question of the Week, 20 questions, Scooper's Tiki Tidbits, which I love that. All the original artwork from Damien, Si's original artwork. What more can you ask for in a 2.5 hour show? I mean, brilliant. Yeah. So, like I said, if you want to, the giveaway that Damon did that Mr. B won, blooming brilliant. Yeah. I tell you what, that was a great show. Thank you so much, mate. Yeah, we love doing Tub Thumpers, and we're really glad it's back. So, can't wait to frame my Si original. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I like that, Simon. We're watching all the lads, and they've all got a piece of your artwork in the background. Do you know what I mean?
I think G-Force is right here. I think it's in here.
Let's have a look.
Oh my gosh, look at that!
Watch it not me now.
Talking about
there's the picture I do with a friend of the community. That's MSC. So that's just going on.
Awesome.
That's so cool.
G-Forces, I think it's my other one. Sorry.
So fantastic. Come back for Tub Thumper. Yeah, Damon, if you want to follow Damon, like I say, then Damon's link for his Instagram is in the description below. Damon, you've been an awesome guest, man. It's so good. You were the very, very first guest on Tub Thumpers, and you've kicked off season 4. Brilliant. So we will be back next week. Oh, no, thank you lot for coming. It's been awesome. We've had loads of people in all night. We've had loads of people in, so it's been absolutely brilliant. Shabby, you didn't show any of your dulcet. That's another Tub Thumpers. That's another Tub Thumpers. Yeah, Tub Thumpers is back. No, thank you all so much. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Damon. I'm definitely going to cherish that piece of artwork. That's awesome. Anything else coming up? The ZSR is back on Friday. We've had 2 weeks off, so ZSR's coming back. Si, you got anything coming up or anything, or you want to share?
No, not this week. No, just Tub Thumpers next Monday. That'll be it. I don't think I'm on anything.
All right. Well, Damon, thanks for coming on, my friend. You've been absolutely brilliant, and we'll see you next week. We'll leave you with this. Oh, say something, Damon, before we go.
Oh, I was just going to say, so for the ZSR, I love your. It sounds like Tez's sounds like a movie.
Yeah,
that's so much fun to watch.
Well,
but it's just you guys fighting and arguing and.
it's not that. He's got Matt cheats, right? And he bullies Tez. So Tez has to give him the right stuff. I'm tired. And to tell you the truth, I'm bored of winning it. I'm bored of it. I'm a genius at this game, and they all kick off and they start crying like girls if they don't win. Do you know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Anyway, see you on Friday. We'll see you next week. Leave me with this.
Go.